And hello, Internet! Welcome to Land Beyond the Mist. I believe this is session 34. We are getting up there. We have another awesome adventure for you all today, and I am excited to jump into it, seeing a new part of the world, maybe. But before we jump on in, let us go around the table, introduce ourselves and the players that we're bringing to the table today. And we'll get started. So let's just go around the Discord call in cam order as I see it, and we'll start with good old Cyan. Welcome back.
Hello, good to be back. I am playing Brox today. He is a Furbolg druid. He's been around since I think maybe the first or second session, but he disappears for quite some time between raids. No one really knows where he goes. Probably just in a mud pile somewhere, just chilling.
Excellent. Always good to see a returning face. We'll swing it on over to Discord Spot.
Yeah, hi, I'm Discord Spot. I'm bringing back Grond, the wizard of the School of Necromancy and the potion maker. And yeah, he's been extremely busy since his last excursion. He had a very interesting and chance encounter with a Shimmer Island shaman, who he sadly doesn't know the name of, but he gave him a huge breakthrough for his research. And more on that in a little bit.
All right, more on that in a little bit. Excellent. Let's swing it over to Horo. Welcome back.
Thank you. So I go by Horo on Discord, David in real life. I'll be playing Norbert, the one and only Wall. I look forward to seeing what we have in store today.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, we'll swing it over to Vessel.
Hello, guys. I am Vessel, playing as Moji, the lovable half-orc, wants to be friends with many people, and is the more or less leader of the Beefy Boys. Boys who have not lost any missions until very, very recently, technically, in a way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to have some fun, and we're going to explore a new side of Moji, that side that Moji has been trying to suppress for a little bit because of things that happened in this last adventure, which we will see in-game.
Ooh, very exciting. All right. Well, the four of you have come together this day in order to get a interesting mission done. You are hearing that the Queen Mother herself has sent out the request for champions to go to Cragmourne on a hunt, a great hunt of Cragmourne. Who amongst you put the team together, and how did you go about doing that?
Well, it was Grond,
Uh-huh.
who had really mixed feelings after his last session. On one hand, he completely failed his personal main goal. I mean, we had the success in the mission, which was with the gnomes, but his personal goal was to go to Cragmourne, and that was a complete bust. But at the same time, as I just mentioned in the intro, he had a really random encounter with a shaman on Shimmer Island that enabled him a huge breakthrough in his potion making research. And because basically the shaman was doing something, either willingly or knowingly or not, that was very similar to what Grond was working on. And basically, his theory that he's been developing for a long time in his research is that poisons in the right and low doses can not only strengthen the physical body, but they can strengthen the bond between the body and soul if a powerful catalyst is used. And basically, he saw this theory that he had working in practice with this shaman's fungal zombies that he was experimenting on. And basically, these fungal mycotoxins were enabling the control of the dead bodies, through the magic of the shaman. And with this knowledge and this breakthrough, Grond plans on making a potion that strengthens the bond between body and soul. And in effect, it has a rejuvenating effect on the imbiber of this potion, right?
Ooh.
And so now the only thing he needs is one more specific poison. He got two others from the same shaman, and the aforementioned catalyst that is required to actually enable this effect on the soul. And this catalyst, he theorizes, is the blood and heart of an extra-dimensional creature that is both immune to poison, which is common in extra-dimensional creatures, but also has a poison of its own, which is kind of rare. But yeah, he has an idea that devils might be a good target for that. But yeah, so he was deep in his research of that, and then like he had almost completely forgotten about Cragmourne, which he was originally after. But then just randomly, as luck has it, always Murphy's Law, basically, but in reverse. He sees this job by the Queen Mother to go to Cragmourne. So yeah, he's basically pulled back out of his research and says, I'm not going to let that run away from me, that opportunity. And the description says we're going on a hunt. So he remembered his old friend Brox, with whom he'd been out in the mists, who is a druid, a very nature-connected druid, Firbolg. And he knows if we're hunting something, we definitely need someone that's good at tracking and, finding the way around. So yeah, he finds Brox and then sits down with him and says, yeah, we need some more. Do you have any ideas?
You probably find Brox just like wandering the streets. He's probably just found some food. He's just arrived back in town, and he's like, I don't know. If you need me, I'll be there.
Okay, maybe we should go to the tavern. I'm sure we'll find some there. I heard of these beefy boys. They hire themselves out for great adventure and especially loot. I heard they're absolute loot hogs and have amassed huge amounts of loot as well. I'm sure we'll find them in the tavern. And so off we go to the tavern, and guess who we find? The beefy boys.
And you see Norbert just laughing at Moji for failing his last incursion. He's like, your very first one without me, and you failed already.
Moji's like, what? No. And he's looking at Norbert. He's looking at Leova, and then he just suddenly changes. And then he starts saying, Porterhouse, Shish Kebab, step into my office right now. And he's like, what? And then he holds up this letter. Some guy with this white bread hat came through the freaking office and gave me this. -15. What the heck have you been doing, man? And he slams it on the table. What are you doing? We're supposed to get plus rep. I told you. This is not how the organization works. Turn in your badge. And Moji's switches back. Oh, sorry.
All that matters, Moji, is reputation. I am the most reputable person in this town. Who cares about his stinky assassins?
Moji, sorry. Moji's been having problems lately. Moji's sorry. Is he okay? Is Master okay? And he'll ask that to the wall.
Honestly, no idea. He was surrounded by hundreds of thousands of spider ladies. I mean, I guess that's okay for an orc, but I wouldn't like to be him.
I wanted to beat that guy. Oh well, it's okay. And then he looked at Gron coming through, oh, Gron, hi.
Hi. Yeah, I heard you were complaining about negative reputation. Let me tell you, I'm an expert in that. I just got -40 across all... -50 across all guilds. Anyway, I have a new plan. We're going to go to Cragmourne.
Moji eyes both the wall and Gron suspiciously we no fail this time. Moji only do plus, never minus. Understand. This beefy boy reputation online.
I will do my absolute best to not fail you on that end. Again.
Brox just leans over to Grond and whispers, is he okay?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Oh, okay.
Wait, Grond, is that the same queen lady that we kinda,
Yeah, that's the one. She owes us. She owes us. We saved her ass from that vengeful Duskren girl. Vengeful and ungrateful too. We freed her, and she gave us negative reputation. Can you imagine that? Anyway, let's go to the Queen Mother. Or do you guys want to visit visit the Arcanium Council first.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
I
go
have
to
something
our
to do
council. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that, the four of you will head out to the Arcanium Council, the large tower in the residential district standing kind of above the rest of the city. You will make your way in and find yourselves in the common library area at the bottom floor with Nyx Rose, the barefooted keeper of the front of house, so to speak, sitting behind a desk, handing out some reagents and some small trinkets to those purchasing them before finding you all and smiling, waving you over. What are you guys here for today? Welcome back in. Always a pleasure to see you all.
Moji will transfer back into something else, and he'll be like, "Okay, Rose, we're gonna go shopping, and I'm gonna need
Oh
at
my.
least 1 pearl of power. We're gonna need 2 scrolls of," and he switches back. God, sorry. Yes. We need pearl of power. We need.
Hey, Gronk, I
psychic
think we should remove
resistance.
his rings from his fingers, right?
We need. What do you
find
have?
this actually quite
Potions.
interesting.
She looks at you for a moment and goes, "That was quite interesting. Okay, potions and a pearl of power. Yes, we can make that happen."
Gron will interject while you're looking for things. I was so busy with my research, I completely forgot. I heard another party, or you tell another party a while ago that you got a new shipment of poisons, and I just wanted to ask: is there any chance you have some spider poison?
Oh, as a matter of fact, we do. Are you interested in purchasing a few vials?
Just one actually would be enough
Oh, a
for my
single
research.
vial. Well, it's
But I mean, if you only
yours.
sell them in bulk, I'll take more.
Well, yes, the vials will usually go 2 gold pieces per, or we'll give you a package of 10 for 15 gold.
Mm, just out of character, can I use them for weapons or how are they designed?
It's spider venom. If you want to put it on your weapon, you can coat a dagger or bladed weapon, something that pierces the skin. And the target will take 2d6 extra poison damage on a failed Constitution save, DC 13, or half as much on a successful save. This particular venom is only good for the first attack after you apply it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he will look at his more melee-oriented colleagues because Gron he doesn't even have his dagger equipped anymore. He's not a hands-on character, so he really only needs it for his potion making. And I think one vial would be more than enough for that.
Indeed.
I'll take the rest. You said 15 gold for 10, right?
15 gold
Yeah.
for 10 vials, yes.
So I'm gonna put 9 on my inventory, and you can keep the remaining one, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And yeah, if you want to split, what did we say? 15 gold? Yeah, I'll pay.
I already paid.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, a good start to our business here. I hear that there was some shopping to be done. A pearl of power, you said, and some scrolls? What kind of scrolls were you interested in?
Moji has been getting hit with something that's been very annoying lately.
Oh.
Psychic damage. Intellect Devour hurt Moji's head, and now Moji's having weird problems with his speech. Weirder than usual.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, are you looking for protection against future psychic attacks, or are you looking for something a little more immediate for your health?
Maybe both. And
Oh.
while we're getting that, Moji's going to ask for the book on those things, Intellect Devours, and see if he can figure out why this is happening to him.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Mhm.
I'd be happy to get you a book on that. She wanders back into the library with a trolley. She comes forward after a few minutes with like a trolley full of books on various monster types. She's like, I am certain that you'll find the aberration you are looking for somewhere in these.
Good, good. And yes, resistance, if you have it, is great. Other than that, I hear Brox needs a pearl of power I will pay for. And also, can I enhance axe? And he'll hold up his serpent's bite that he's holding and see if he can get that enchant +3.
Oh my, you'd like to stack a +3 on it. What is the serpent's bite currently at?
+1.
+1.
But I may not have the rep for it. I just want to make sure. It's at I am at 68.
But that's why you have
68. Let's
Norbert
do a
there
double
with you.
check here.
God damn.
Item enchantment services are actually at 80 to 89. So you're a little bit short on the item enchantment. She looks at it and says, "This is a mighty fine weapon, but I just can't really offer these services just yet. They're really for our highest magesses of the tower. You see, it's quite a grueling process for some of them."
Sorry, Nix. Can I intervene just for a second? As the most reputable of all adventurers in the city, would I be able to vouch for his missing reputation?
What is your reputation at, Norbert?
100.
Oh, sorry. This doesn't even happen at all. Yeah, she just takes your weapon. She says, "Oh, this is a fine weapon. Yes, let's see how much that we can do to it." She gives it like a taste and kind of spends some time feeding her arcane energies into the weapon. And she says, "Why, indeed, this can hold up to a +3. Let me check my prices for 2 of these enchantments." She tells you that this will be 300 gold for the enchantments, plus another 50 gold for maxing out your weapon.
We can do that.
All right.
And how much is the Pearl of Power?
The Pearl of Power, I believe, was priced at 100 gold pieces.
And we have a 10% discount.
And you have a 10% discount, yes.
Okay, I can pay for that as well.
All right. So 10% of 450 is going to be like 45 gold, we'll call it.
Yep,
So pay like 405 and you're golden.
Cool. 405.
Excellent.
I was looking to do 2 things personally myself as well in the tower. If you don't mind, Rose.
Oh, of course.
Norbert is going to produce the stave of helping hands, a staff covered with like bony hands going across the stave, and he said, "I was hoping to identify it. I don't think it has a secondary effect, but I don't want to risk and lose my hand myself if the seals run out."
Absolutely. Boom. Let me take this. We will get it identified up for you. I just closed my prices because I'm a dummy. Let me open them back up. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Let's see here. For item identification, we are going to do 150 gold pieces.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. You pay over your gold coins. She takes it into the back, and some mages spend some time with a ritual on it. After maybe 10 to 20 minutes, it actually comes back. And she says, "This is indeed a powerful weapon. You say you are familiar with its primary effect, yes? Of doubling the nature of a spell, allowing you to cast it at 2 different targets, yes?"
Correct, yes.
All right. She kind of points to the fingers at the top, where I believe you have 2 of them curled.
Yes, I've only used it twice.
Yes. She says, "These are a countdown of some kind. It seems that after they are used at different thresholds, the staff takes a price for its power. seems to absorb the very essence of your being. She says, I think the next threshold, according to our mages, is at 5 fingers.
Moji was right.
She says she doesn't tell you mechanically exactly what happens, but mechanically exactly what happens is at the thresholds of 5, 10, 15, and 20 fingers, you will lose attributes. At 5, you will lose -2 dexterity. At 10, you will lose a -2 wisdom. At 15, you will lose -4 intelligence. And after 20 fingers, you will lose a -4 intelligence and wisdom.
And that's permanent.
Yes.
Would a spell like Greater Restoration restore my lost attribute?
A spell like Greater Restoration will not for this case, but they are capable of being restored via some other ritual or via like magic to in the mists. It can be restored, but not as simply as Greater Restoration.
And this staff itself, the fingers obviously indicate the what do you call
Yes,
it?
the fingers indicate the
threshold.
countdown. There's 4 hands at the top.
Yeah.
Currently 2
Is
of them
there
are
any
curled.
way to curl the fingers back up? Restore the charges on the staff.
She says that the charges seem to reset after they've all been used.
I see. Okay, so the goal is to find some sort of a wizard, make him cast 15 cantrips, and just have it.
There you are.
Perfect. And one more thing I was hoping for.
Yes.
I've heard of this magical shield called the Sentinel Shield. Would this be something that I should check with the Cold Iron, or is this something you can help me with yourself?
Oh, I don't believe we have a shield like that just on hand to purchase. You might check with the Cold Iron, though I know that they are more of an exotic weapons and arms type of outfit rather than magical. Describe to me the shield. Perhaps we will take a look in the archives for where it might be found or created.
Absolutely. So a Sentinel Shield, and speaking out of character, it is in the DMG. It's essentially
I'm
a magical shield that doesn't increase your physical resistances or physical capabilities any more than a regular shield. However, this shield does have an eyeball inlaid into it, proving you to be better at taking initiative in battle, and also being better at perceiving threats and dangers out in the wilds, giving you perception. What do you call it? Advantage on perception checks.
Mm-hmm. She nods her head. A seeing shield? No, we most definitely do not. I can talk with our warlocks and our sorcerers, see if they have the ability to make such a thing. Otherwise, I promise you that we'll scour the archives, see if we can find a recipe, or perhaps if we can find a mention of it out in the wilds to be discovered.
If you could speak with Gorgeist for me, out of all the warlocks, I think he should probably be the most familiar with the holders and eyeballs inlaid into shields.
It is a strange request, I must say. Not a lot of people asked for Gorgeist specifically, but I'll make sure to do it for you, yes.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Norbert is going to give her a biggest high five she ever got.
Yay!
Can I, real quick, since you did this for Emoji, can you just look at my new shield that I got? It's the Seawater Shield. It's a +1 shield. Could this also be enchanted like his axe with an additional +2 with +3, or is that?
Oh, let me take a look. She puts her magic into the shield and kind of gives it a good lick, thinks, and says, no, I don't think the shield can go that high. I do believe it could hold one more enchantment.
Okay, and how much would that cost? I mean, I'm a wizard and a researcher, so I'm perpetually broke, but just out of curiosity.
The hazards of our life, yes. For what kind of enchantment are you looking for? Just a simple effectiveness?
Yeah, what you mentioned, yes.
That would be 150 gold pieces.
Yeah, maybe after this mission. We'll see.
I understand.
Oh, while we're checking the capabilities of our magical items, I will produce probably what could be considered the best magical weapon in the mist so far that we found. The King of Rimbu's sword, with the radiant damage and already being +2, and says, is this already maxed weapon, or is there anywhere for it to go further?
She does the same thing and says, "No, I fear this can hold no further enchantment."
Fair enough.
All right. With all that time, Moji has been reading the book for on the Intellect Devour. Is there anything specific in your world you want to tell me about Intellect Devours, or is it kind of like how I described earlier?
Yeah, I think if you want to tell the audience your thoughts on the Intellect Devour, go for it. There's nothing uniquely specific about them in this world.
Cool. So basically, what's been happening with Moji is he's been having these weird problems with his head, and he'll get the personalities that the Intellect Devourer has devoured that he fought earlier, and he surmises that it happened while he was fighting it. Maybe some blood got into his mouth. Maybe the mind wipe itself did it. Maybe a combination of the two. But he's starting to feel like he's still himself, but he'll randomly start having outbursts that don't really resemble him. And these are usually more human outbursts, or outbursts that resemble his human side. So he's figuring the only way to solve it is to use some kind of psychic resistance potion, maybe some item or something like that, or in tune to his orcish side. And he was reading also about orcish fury, is another thing that orcs gain when they're getting low on health. They still have the power to fight on. So he's thinking maybe if he gains this ability, it will help him quell down what's been happening with him in the Intellect Devourer. So he wants to either A, find some psychic resistance, or B, start training to his head, his mind and brain to deliver more on his orcish attributes, so he can quell it naturally. One of the two. So this has been his research, and he's going to give it back to Rose, and he's going to be like, "Thank you, much help, much help." We going to Cragmourne. Moji's going to check out one more book to go. Book on Cragmourne, monsters and things around there, okay. I guess. And he's going to ask for a potent card because he's going to reach for his card that he thought he never used. It's like, oh, it's gone. Where? Oh. Can I have another card? It seemed to work.
Says, oh yes, you'd love your fortune read? Absolutely.
Yes.
She begins to take out her cards, shuffle through them. She looks at you and begins laying them out. And she lays out more cards than normal. It seems that she's having an interesting time reading you for the moment. There's a set and another and another. Go ahead and roll me 1d52.
What?
Yes.
What does that even mean? 9.
A 9. You are dealt the 9 of hearts, which is, you are dealt a set of swords. There are 9 of them. She says, battle is surely in your future, and this conflict will test you. Carry this sword and know that it is bound to your fate. And she places the 9 of swords in your hand or in your breast pocket if you have one. This is a divination. It can only be applied in battle, but you may replace any d20 roll with a 9.
Nice. Cool. Sounds good. And it could be me or my opponent as well, right?
Correct.
Awesome.
Or an ally.
Sorry, I also did want to double check as I just unlocked the capabilities of using the teleportation circles. How much do you charge for skipping the travel phase, I guess, to teleport to Cragmourne straight away?
We have many teleportation circles set up. Sadly, we do not have one in Cragmourne. The Lord Arwen is not much inclined to the guilds. We do not have our own place there as we do here. We can get you somewhere closer, I suppose. She looks around and kind of like thumbs through her book. She says, I don't know what you would consider closer, the Thornrest or the Rustport, but perhaps I could get you to either one of those. To Rustport, it is going to be a simple 500 gold pieces. To Thornrest, it is a bit more expensive. Older runes need a bit more powerful resources. That one will cost you 750 gold pieces.
I think because we're still gonna have to travel. Our mission is not in Westport or Thornrest. We're simply gonna travel there in mundane ways.
Out of curiosity, would this be a one-way trip, or would this also cover the trip back?
She says this would be a one-way trip.
I see.
She describes to you the process of grinding up gemstones and the arcane rituals that keep the circles up. So to offer these services to guild members or people who are not highly ranked officials, it is an expensive process.
Yeah. All right. Well, we bid you adieu, Miss Rose.
Well, adieu as well.
Farewell. Until next time.
Moji's trying
Right,
to find it to stop outbursts from happening.
Are we gonna go
Rox-
look for Davenport now, or
Rox
are
just
we heading
looks
there,
up
or-
from the corner that he's been crouching in and says, "Oh, are we leaving? Goodbye, little friend." And you see he's just left a piece of cheese next to a mouse. He just stands up. He starts walking out.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Davenport, and Moji will hand Brox a pearl of power. Be like, you take care of this now, you hear? And he'll drop it in his hand.
And Gron will also lend him his alchemist cap for the mission.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a leather cap with stones implanted, so it will protect him from elemental damage. I have a quick. You want to go to Davenport? We still need to visit the Queen. And I was wondering, none of you want to go to any other guild, right?
Moji is going to look for the finest studded leather he can, actually.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Then let's do that first. I want to visit the Queen last, right before we leave.
Okay.
Are you
What
just
has the
looking
finest-
for mundane armor, or are you trying to get
More or
something more
less.
exotic?
Just the finest studded leather I can find.
Yeah.
Hopefully something that has Dwarfy's emblem on it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, some imports from Shallow Rest.
Yes.
Yeah, Dwarfy's studs are all the rage, and you can find some. They'll just be book price, and you can pay for that in all of the merchants on the shore.
Cool. Alrighty, sounds good.
All right.
So it sounds like you're heading to the Queen Mother's palace, just on the edge of town.
Yeah.
All right, or less of a palace, more of a manor, I should say. Some of you have been there before, I believe, where you have traveled outside of the merchants' quarters of the shore, outside of the residential district, and kind of to a place of rolling parks and hills, where manors and kind of large noble homes are built. And out here, you will eventually find your way to that of the Queen Mothers. You are greeted by servants that can ask of your business, and you tell them that you are here to accept the role of champions for the Queen Mother. You are ushered inside to the manor into a nice, spacious waiting room where there's a wood fire burning, tea and little biscuits and cookies and just treats are set up or set out for guests. And you are only waiting a short time before the Queen Mother herself, along with some attendants, kind of sweeps their way down into the room. is sitting near the fire, looking to the four of you. Kind of, you can see calculating in her head, stopping for a moment at Grand, but then moving on. And eventually, she smiles and says, "Good, good. The four of you are at least known, as some of you quite well known in town. I am sure that you are competent and capable adventurers. That is good. I was worried that I would get some of the, we'll say," and she looks at Grand, "scummier types." And she kind of looks back to Horo and to some of the, or not to Horo, to Norbert and to Moji, as says, "But I see we have some fine, reputable folks here as well. So, let me break this down for you. The Palace of Cragmourne has a hunt. Once a year, there are champions from other royals that come to join it. And of course, the locals of the lands. The hunt is for a unicorn. But should you be the champions, the winner is owed a favor from the Palace of Cragmourne. You are allowed to enter the throne if you or enter the palace and go to the throne room. Should you capture the unicorn and deliver it. It is here that I wish for you to use the favor in my name. I want to know more of my late husband's undeath. I want the throne to tell us what exactly happened and why.
But if
Are
we
you four
succeed
capable of this?
Sorry, Queen. If we are the ones to succeed in capturing this unicorn, you said?
Yes.
What is the... You said it's a favor to ask of the court. What do you offer for us in return?
I offer for you gold. Plenty of it.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan to me.
My queen, are you aware? In what way are you aware of what happened to your undead husband?
I know that he is I know that he took form in undeath, that he was restless, seeking revenge, and that his soldiers haunted our lands for some many months, even years, until they have recently been put aside and stopped. I hear that you were a part of that. She looks kind of
Indeed,
pointedly at you.
Indeed, I was, and this, as you called it, scummy reputation that I, in my opinion, unjustly gained from it.
Thieves always think they're quite just, yes.
Yes. Well, I just want to say that there is a lot more to your husband's death than you imagine, but I do not know all the details, so I will go on this quest for you, especially because I personally am also interested in visiting Cragmourne. And when I return, I hope we will have been successful and will be able to provide you with more knowledge on your late husband's fate.
Yes. Good. That is my hope as well.
And maybe you will also then see that my ill-fated reputation is actually not that justified.
Maybe.
Moji will interject. They're like, "My queen, worry not. We will take care of this for you. Post haste. Come, then."
She says, hold on, before you rush away. I am
Huzzah.
offering you transportation to the edge of Cragmourne's lands. There is a specific town in which the hunt begins. It is on the coast of the region. I am friends with more than a few in the Navy. We would be happy to secure you passage on a ship there in my name. If you would find Captain Jafar, he will take you across the seas post haste. You will be searching for a small town just off the coast. You will know it by the banners that hang outside of it, showing you the starting place for the hunt.
My queen, do you mind if I ask you a question?
Indeed.
As you were looking for someone reputable per se, right? Someone with pure of heart. Is it really just to hunt a unicorn? Aren't unicorns, celestials? Good creatures?
Indeed, they are. I do not partake in the hunt often, but I have need of the favor, and this is the best way to get true information from the court of Cragmourne.
Yeah, I would also have a question about this hunt, or at least in this town, will there be representatives of the King of Cragmourne who will have all the details on the specifics of the hunt, the conditions of victory, etc.?
Indeed. Although I hear that it is required to bring the animal alive.
I see.
Norbert is not sure. Norbert is like scratching his head. He's like confused. Like, I signed up for a hunt, and now I have to like hunt down this good creature and give it to these like necromancers, and he's not sure what he wants to do anymore.
Yes, Grond is also a bit skeptical. The main problem is that, as Norbert justly said, unicorns are celestials, and at least killing them would incur the wrath of other celestials for sure. I don't know if capturing alone would do that, but it might. Do you think there might be other ways to win this, the favor or the acceptance into the court?
Not that
Anyways,
I'm aware
let's-
of. The hunt calls for successfully capturing the beast. Maybe you could kill it and bring it. Capturing it alive seems simpler somehow to me, but maybe it's not. Look,
At the
if
end
you
of the
have
day-
moral qualms about the unicorn, I can understand. I will merely search for 4 different champions.
No, we have this. Men, enough questions. We ride at dawn. Or whenever Jafar is ready.
We ride at dawn.
Also, does Jafar have a pet named Iago that flutters around on his shoulder? No?
I'm
Yes?
surprised, but yes. Have you met Jafar before?
Only in a new world. A whole new world.
Shining, shimmering, splendid, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Emoji will switch back to normal. Like, what the heck is going on? Sorry. Okay. But yeah, you guys got anything else? I'm not gonna mess with you. I was just doing a thing. Can I buy a net as well? Actually.
What about your net? I'm sorry?
Can I buy a net as well?
Oh,
no.
yeah, absolutely.
Creatures can use. I've never done it. Are unicorns considered large or like medium?
Unicorn would be considered a large creature.
Okay, I will buy the net.
Okay. Perfect. You can get that at book price at any of the like merchant stands in Rhymeview. There are plenty of adventuring gear like that on hand.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it sounds like you left the Manor of the Queen Mother, and you are flush with transportation and done a little bit of shopping at the Arcane Council. Is there anything else that you'd like to do before heading out? Or are you ready to go on your adventure?
Sorry,
I'm ready.
I just quickly would like to just speak with Grimes, please. This is just a quick request.
With
him, even though
Grimes, yes.
Not very reputable.
William Grimes of the Cold Iron Company can be found at the eastern edge of the city of Rhymeview, outside of the small fort that has been turned into the Cold Iron Company's headquarters here. You can see that there are guards training in the fields just to the kind of edge of where the road you are walking. You can hear the clamor of their drill sergeant shouting and the spark of their blades on metal. But eventually, the large mutton chopped William Grimes will hail you over and says, "Yes, what can I do for you today?"
Listen, Grimes, you're all hardy adventurers. We could even say, some of you would qualify for the beefy boys, right?
I have heard of your beefy boys hiring yourselves out. Very interesting choice of career.
Indeed, indeed. But you see, I have these gloves, as Norbert kind of shows him the gloves he's had since session 1, like kind of even his, like, half of his character is these gloves, right? The beefy boy, the big and strong Norbert. And he says, but I think I've run out of use for them. I was hoping you could exchange them for something that would bolster my dexterity instead of strength. I'm sure a man like yourself or some of your apprentices could use them better than me.
Are you saying that I'm not strong anymore? I'll tell you what, I was once the strongest adventurer here in Rhymeview. Oh, my goodness. Have I told you the story of when I leapt on a dragon's back? Anyway.
Straight into a stone giant's ass, yes. You've told me once or twice.
Oh, good. All right, well. He thinks for a moment, and what is your reputation here with the Cold Iron Company?
Very, very poor. It is 21.
21. Okay, he thinks for a moment, and he seems unsure. Go ahead and give me a roll here. I want D20 plus 2 for your reputation. You're looking to beat DC 16.
So, okay, hear me out on this, right? I have a portent from Nyx Rose. It is the champion and the fool at the same time. It's either a natural 20 or a natural 1 on the roll. Should I use the portent?
You could try.
I will use the portent, and it's gonna decide my fate if I succeed.
Roll a D2. You want a 1 or a 2? I think you can guess which one is which.
There we go.
That is a 20. You have found what you were looking for. He scratches his beard. He says, "Aye, you're not wrong. Our men could definitely use gloves such as these. I am not really supposed to exchange items, but I suppose there are some slippers of cat's grace that I could exchange for these gloves."
What do these cat's grace slippers do per se?
They allow you to move silently without making a sound as you step. They will increase your dexterity by 2 points, and they also will give you an additional +2 to your stealth dexterity checks.
Norbert is gonna scratch his back. Like, it's not a bad item. If you have I'm guessing to a cap of 20 dex, right? +2.
Yes, to a cap of 20.
Norbert is gonna scratch his back, and he's like, well, these gloves give me about, speaking out of character, 6 strength extra. The slippers would only give me 2, and he's gonna politely say, I was probably looking for a slightly stronger item that would bolster my dexterity slightly more, but I understand.
All right. Well, if you change your mind,
I can do this trade.
They're still here.
No worries. No worries.
Awesome. All right. With the last bit of trading done, are you ready to head out on the boat?
Yep.
All right. So, as we prepare for our travel phase, you will find yourselves heading to the lands of Cragmourne. You're going to land near these hills here in this hex. And you are starting in Rhyme View, which is over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 15. 15 or 16 hexes, and you will be sailing from the Queen's Own kind of ship here. Which means that you have a trip of roughly 3 days. Just over 2 days. And on the third day, you will arrive. Do you have roles assigned amongst you for your travel phase?
Yeah. I'm going to be the scout.
Grand will be the scout.
Norbert is the guide.
Norbert will be our guide.
Moji's provisioner.
Moji will be the provisioner. And that leaves the lookout for Brox.
Correct.
Excellent. So Moji, as the provisioner, you are going on this journey about 3 days if everything goes well and there's no delays or setbacks. How will you be providing the food and water and provisions that the adventurers will or that your party will need on this journey?
Somebody a pack rat, street rat.
Pack rat, street rat.
I will buy that.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, as the pack rat, you will have the opportunity to buy that, as you so elegantly sang. As you do, travel rations will be required for each of your party members and pack animals, if you're taking any, for each day of traveling. They will cost 1 gold piece and weigh 7 pounds each. Travel rations for pack animals actually will cost 5 silver and weigh 10 pounds each. How many days of rations are you going to be buying, and where are they being carried?
They would carry on me and Norbert, and I don't know if Brox or Gron. I mean, Gron has also a bag of holding, bag of all the stuff.
Yeah, I have a bag of holding, and Brox is also a
Perfect.
furbolg, so he has the.
Yeah.
We all got we got
a
the
lot of
weight
weight.
for it. Yeah, I'm gonna do what you guys wanted. 7 days, 8 days, I forget. I'm down with
Yeah,
8.
I'm not sure. I mean, this 3 days is only to the port at the coast, right? We still have to go on the hunt. We still have to travel to Cragmourne. We still have to travel back.
Honestly, just purchase 10 days of rations. I
Watch me.
can carry everything. We should
10 is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd go with 10.
How much is gold is for 10?
40.
Yes, it would be 40 gold for the 4 of you.
Per person or
40 gold total. It would be 10.
Total.
Yeah.
Everybody chip in 10?
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. With that, you laden yourself up with rations and water. Some of it goes in the bag of holding, some of it goes on the Great Wall of Norbert, and you are ready to begin your journey. You load up on Jafar's ship. It is a large ship with big sails. His feathery friend Iago screeches for crackers from the masts and from the bow of the ship. No one seems to give him crackers, but he calls for them anyway. The ship itself is going to start out in Rhymeview and take a pretty easy path through the Three Sisters Isle. It is a kind of rote journey at this point, getting out away from, excuse me, out away from town and towards the kind of like main ocean or bit of the bay. Your first day of travel goes by fairly easily until late kind of afternoon or evening when you find yourselves out finally in the middle of the bay with no coast in sight. You see the waters rushing around you. And as we do, let us turn to our traveling roles. First and foremost, I like to go to our scout. So, Mr. Grand, The lands out here are largely uncharted, and the best routes are hard to find. But you were kind of sailing, so your role is more about making sure that you do not lose time on your journey, making sure that the boat makes a easy journey through to its destination. Please describe your efforts to make sure that your journey doesn't get sidetracked, waylaid, or otherwise broken down.
Well, Grand has been the scout for a long time now, and on many missions, and also especially on ships. So he knows what to do. He because we are on a ship, and the ships also already have navigators, so they should know the way to go. He will focus on looking for bad weather or other natural patterns. Like in the clouds or in the ocean currents, and rely on his knowledge of nature to do so, and also the help of his owl to look further.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You look for the signs of storms or strange waterfronts. Go ahead and give me a nature intelligence check. Your base DC is going to be 12. But this journey is a little bit different as the waters are rough and choppy. The clouds in the sky are numerous. It seems that this is a stormy area. So we're going to increase that to DC 14. You are sailing, though, so you will have advantage on your check. Excellent. You roll a 19. Please mark inspiration for your successful scouting. You make sure that the weather does not impact you on your journey. The choppy waters will not slow you down. You're in the navigation kind of crow's nest with a map, working with the sailors on Jafar's ship. And you know that your party will not be slowed down on this journey.
I also,
Yes.
I just want to ask, like, on his free time between, looking for the weather patterns and looking at the map, he will also slip out of his bag of holding a painting that he found in a certain tomb, and he will inspect it closer. He remembered that when he was in that tomb, he looked a lot around the tomb as to get some indication about the painting, where it was hung and all that. But he didn't really look at the painting itself, and especially he didn't look at if it was maybe signed. Artists often or almost always sign their paintings, and also sometimes write things on the canvas, on the back of the canvas maybe, or on the edges that are hidden by the frame, or on the back of the frame. So he would like to inspect the.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you are searching through this painting on kind of your first day of the journey. A 17 is very good. As you look through the painting, giving it a once over, you don't see a signature on the painting or words written on the back or in the margins. There doesn't seem to be any indication of that kind. However, the paper, the canvas itself, is very intriguing. It is a very fine, very thick canvas, and as you're investigating it, you come to realize that the canvas itself is imbued with enchantment. There is a magic to this painting that is definitely hidden from the likes of Detect Magic. It is intended not to be pinged by that, but with your close and thorough inspection, you are still able to determine that it is indeed an enchanted painting.
Because, that's very interesting, and the main reason was because this whole painting thing, it just puzzled him to no end. He was wondering, why would the king that was murdered have a painting of his murder, which he couldn't have done himself unless he did it in his undead form, but it depicts his murder. The only explanation he had was maybe whoever perpetrated the murder were glorifying this murder. But yeah, at the same time, the description of the scene seem to put the murderers in a bad light. The art makes them seem like the bad guys. Like the artists often take a position when they paint a painting. Either putting the victim in a like martyr role, or the attackers in heroic or not heroic, like evil roles. So yeah, it was just really puzzling for him. And is there any way he could this magic itself could be like identified? Could he do an Arcana check to look what the magic is?
Sure. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Oof,
25. The enchantment that is laid into this canvas is one of divination.
Interesting. Could he find out if this painting is used as a sensor, like to see, or is it maybe like a magic that lets you look into the past at this scene of the murder? Or
I think that's up for you to decide. I think you have found the information available about the painting itself by inspecting it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Excellent. As you are shifting, like sailing silently through the evening, you sit by candlelight inspecting this painting, getting a little bit closer look at it. And as the next day of travel begins, you find yourselves unmolested on the shores, or unmolested on the ship as you're sailing closer to the shores of Rustport and Shimmer Harbor to kind of bank around them towards your destination. At the start of the day, let's go ahead and swing over to our guide, Norbert. Norbert, you are responsible as the guide for making sure that the difficult journey between destinations out in the land beyond the mist doesn't drain your party and leave them exhausted. If you would, describe for me how you avoid or stave off the labors of the journey.
Sure. So usually what Norbert does, because he's such a strong boy thanks to his gloves, is takes the strain on himself, like carrying equipment, pushing trees aside, whatever. But this time, because he's on a boat, he can't really do that. I feel like for the first time in a while, he's going to be using his abilities as a Firbolg and a cleric. He's going to be patching up wounds, making sure that nobody gets exhausted, maybe giving a massage if somebody cramps up. Just making sure that everyone is well maintained and well kept up, so they can keep rowing, keep sailing, and nothing waylays them.
I like that. Go ahead and give me either a medicine intelligence or a medicine wisdom check, your choice. Oh my goodness, you critical that. You not only make sure nobody gets sick or tired or exhausted, your massages are infused with extra energy. People are popping up off your massage table, ready to row. Let's go. You please mark inspiration for your guidance amongst the party. You will not be exhausted. In fact, you are all invigorated on your journey. Excellent. The boat will sail nearby wrong tile. It'll sail nearby the island chain of the Shimmer Harbor on this day. But it kind of banks around it out into the deeper ocean. And as it does, I would love for us to go to our lookout. Brox, you are responsible for making sure that the party isn't surprised or otherwise waylaid by dangers out in the wilds as you journey from location to location. If you would, please describe your efforts to spot these dangers and keep your party from being surprised by them.
Yeah, Brox has only ever been on a ship, maybe once or twice. Mm-hmm. So every time he's on one, he's always eyeing up that crow's nest. He's always wanted to be up there, just to be sailing the seas from up high. So the moment he's told, hey, we need a lookout, he is up there in that crow's nest, just enjoying the view, keeping an eye out for any sea monsters, other ships, etc.
Perfect. All right. as the lookout up in the crow's nest, keeping an eye on the oceans, looking for whatever might come your way. Please make for me a perception wisdom check. Your base DC would be 12, but we're going to increase that by 2 to 14 for the kind of stormy weather and choppy like nature of the oceans on this journey. You will have advantage though from sailing. As a 17, that is success. Please mark inspiration for your successful looking out. You and the party will not be surprised on your journey. And in fact, as you are banking your way kind of even with Shimmer Harbor in the like deepest parts of this bay, you're on the crow's nest looking out. And you can see something under the water, shimmering, almost like gold. And they are following the boat. At first, you think you just passed by something that glitters near the Shimmer Harbor. But as you watch a little bit longer, you notice that there are two shapes. One kind of on either side of the boat, both of them quite large, and they seem to be following or at least like matching the pace of your boat as you go. What do you make of this?
Sounds like sea monsters to Brox. He's
Yeah.
they're up on that crow's nest. He shouts out probably more excitedly than worriedly, "We've got sea monsters!" And yeah, he's gonna jump down and ready for some sea monster play.
All right, you jump down, sea monsters! You get excited. The crew looks around like, really? Sea monsters? And they like run to the edge of the boat to look down and around. And sure enough, you will find yourselves looking at two long, almost serpent-like creatures that now that the crew isn't at like full capacity, the boat slows and you see them catching up to your ship. They are kind of bluish in like underside, but they have long yellow and gold almost stripes down their backs. And they crackle with a certain almost like kinetic energy as they go through the waters. The boat slows and they catch up, and you can see that they indeed look hungry. They come up next to the boat and they begin to ram and jostle it. The boat shakes and quivers, and I want you guys to roll me some initiative once I get this map set up, as you are now being assaulted by sea monsters. There's the four of you. You will find that it looks a lot like this.
Well, while Bronx shouts, that like danger, danger, monsters, could Norbert have started like to tie himself to the mast?
You absolutely can have tried to tie yourself to the mast.
Ron will do the same.
What is your like not tying capabilities? Like how good are you at tying yourself to the mast?
That's a very interesting question. Probably not very good at all.
Probably not very good, huh? Okay. Why don't you give me a dexterity? I'll give you sleight of hand. That seems like a decent way of tying knots if you're proficient with it. We'll see how strong of a knot you tie.
Can Gron try the same?
Sure.
Would you, for the strength of the knot, would you let me do athletics? That's fine.
No, I think this is
No.
more dexterous. 15. All right, you have a decent knot.
Nope.
Grand, you look at your knot and you are very sure that this is not going to hold. As you finish tying yourself up, you look around. These creatures are right next to the boat. You can feel it rock and shake. And as it does, some crew members fall into the water. You see them devoured, eaten as the serpents get ready to knock the boat again. I want all of you to roll me initiative.
Could I have enlarged myself on the and coming, like I see them coming up and stuff like that during that time?
Yes.
That time I'm enlarged then.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Moji screams, I'll get that white whale.
Excellent. Excellent. I love it. You get that white whale. Alright, I have everything set up. I believe their initiative is going to be +3. Alright, that is a 15. Let me add them to the turn order. We have Thunder Serpents. And the Thunder Serpents will go at 15. Perfect. Let's put this in descending order. Norbert, you finish tying the rope around yourself to the mast. You see some of your sailing companions get devoured by these serpents. They're getting ready to ram again against the sailing ship that you are on. You see Grand fumbling with his knot. You see Moji increasing in size. What do you do?
So, looking at these tokens, right? Are they like crackling with lightning or anything along those lines?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Norbert is straight away gonna drop his shield and he's gonna pick out the vine from the shambling mound that he had that gives him help with lightning damage.
Very good.
And he would like to absolutely blast one of them with a cantrip.
Okay.
I'm just gonna Sacred Flame him, followed by a firebolt.
All right. You cast Sacred Flame on the creature. As you do, the creature fails its save. Like a rush of sacred light fills the area that it's in. You can see scorch marks on the blue and yellow striped serpent-like body. Your mask fires a bolt of fire to follow it up. But as the creature just dives back into the water, you see your firebolt just steam up and not affect the creature.
And what about the Sacred Flame?
It did damage, yeah.
Oh, it did, perfect.
Yeah. Your Sacred Flame deals the 12 radiant damage.
And I'm kind of gonna shuffle slowly, just with my back to the mast, just on the other side of the mast, away from these creatures.
All right, excellent. With that, these Thunder Serpents will go. The first creature here that was struck by the radiant energy comes up and it slams the side of the boat, crushing into it. Grand, your knot is going to come undone here with your 7, and I want you and Brox and Moji to all make me DC 15 dexterity saving throws.
Sorry, do I have to make it as well?
No, you are tied to this. Actually, I do want you to make one just for prone or not, but you will not be thrown from the ship. All right, Moji, Brox, you are knocked and jostled. You are pushed 10 feet away from this serpent to the right of the ship. Moji, you grow in size and you feel yourself getting knocked into the water. A giant splash erupts up over the ship. Brox, you go 5. You go 10 feet as well, splashing into the waters below. Grand, you save successfully, holding your feet still. Norbert, you are knocked prone. The rope cinching tight against the mast, keeping you where you are. The second serpent, sensing creatures in the water, is going to rush up to Moji, the giant-looking snack. The serpent swims up to you, and it is going to open its mouth and make a mighty bite against you. Does a 22 hit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Please take for me Please take from me 20 points of piercing damage as the creature's fangs rip into your body, twist and pull, trying to devour you whole. Brox, you've been splashed into the ocean on the side of the ship. You see your friend being chomped on by one of these great serpents. What do you do?
Well, I think first thing Brox will try to do is to grab a hold of some of the ropes that are usually hanging off the side of a ship, just to steady himself. He'll put his arm through one of them just to hold on, and he will reach to his belt, where he has a potion of lightning resistance.
Oh,
also seeing that these things are crackling with lightning.
Absolutely.
So he will quaff that and gain resistance to lightning.
All right, you reach up, finding a rope, holding onto it in your pocket. You start chugging a lightning potion. You feel like a heat racing through your body. The hairs of your on your arms and legs and back of your neck stand on end, and you are ready to face down lightning. Excellent. We will
And with my
say that you
bonus action.
Oh, bonus action, absolutely.
We will be summoning a good old bear spirit. So,
ooh, nice.
We all gain 8 temp HP, and there's a nice little bear spirit.
There's a bear spirit like standing on the deck of the ship. The sailors go, "Oh my god!" And then they're like, "Oh, this feels good." Very nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
That's the
lovely
best
bear
drawing.
too.
That's the best drawing ever.
To enjoy my mouse drawings.
Very nice. All right.
That's me.
That's you. Moji, you're getting chomped on by this creature and just biting deeply into you. What do you do?
Moji is he's excited. He's gonna get that whale today. He's gonna do it. So he's gonna rage. He's a little upset he got hit, but he wanted to test some things out. But with his newfound strength, so he's going to attack this guy at reckless advantage.
Woo! That's a 27. You're like swimming in the water, just like slamming down your enormous axe on this thing as it's biting into your torso for 34 points of damage. Oh my goodness. The beast's like side of its neck just like opens up, and in a flood of like blood and electricity, the water around you just gets charged, and you know that you've struck a mighty blow.
Yep, and I'm
Do
doing
you
it
have
again.
a plus 13 to hit?
Oh yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I crit.
That is a critical hit. You follow it up with your second attack, slashing through this creature for so much damage.
What is that?
Goodness.
Yeah,
You
that's
should roll another
60
d12
damage.
because you crit as a half work.
It's a 94 damage round. Nice.
You should roll another d12 because you're an orc, right?
Oh no, I
Yeah,
calculated. 3d12 in the second, 24,
Ah,
and 2d12 plus that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That is another 34 and another 24. Your axe just sinks deeper into that creature, opening up the wound wider and wider. That is a total of how much damage? 90 something? That is a bloodied thunder serpent.
and can't you bonus action attack because you crit?
Oh yeah, that's happening. That was always going to happen. That was never not going to happen.
Oh my goodness. The critical hit lets you swing again.
Yes. So Moji, feeling good about what's going on. We'll strike one more time. Have at thee, fiend.
Oh my god.
One more critical. Or another.
What the fuck?
Oh
Plus
my
26,
god.
6 damage. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let me do some math here. So we have 68, 88, 92,
40 damage round.
102, 110, 138. You have brought this creature to death's door.
I'm sorry. That's broken.
What? Broken? I have to get in range. I have to do all this stuff. I have to use a ring. It's all good.
Incredible.
Okay.
The creature, you just see from the boat this enormous, oversized Moji slashing and slashing and slashing in the same spot. The creature's wound opening wider and wider. The water around him is electrified and steaming. There's blood everywhere. And you see this creature like lolling on its side, no longer even biting on him, looking worse for the wear. Grand, you see this like happening in front of you past the glowing bear spirit. What do you do?
Well, Ron was already preparing to, use his highest level spells, but seeing the sorry state of the serpent, he's changed his mind, and he's just first gonna move. Oops, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's good. And then he's going to use. Is it even worth it? No, he's just gonna use.
Kill it! Kill it!
The Toll the Dead because it looks almost very dead. So he's gonna toll
It definitely looks almost very dead indeed. Yes.
So give me a wisdom save.
That is a 17 on the wisdom saving throw.
Magic missile, man!
The bells toll their sonorous sound, ripping across the ocean, but this creature just like ducks its head in the water for a moment before resurfacing unharmed.
Yeah, that's it for me then.
All right. Norbert, it is your turn.
Yeah.
What will you do?
Yeah, I magic missile him.
You magic missile him. Excellent. You roll. Oh my god, that's a lot of magic missile damage. Oh, because it's all added into one. Perfect.
Yeah.
You deal 11 points as your missiles fly out, boom, 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 slashing this creature in like the same like wounded area that it had from the great axe. Your firebolt comes arcing in as well, but it is not enough to harm the creature as it splashes up some water and just like dissipates the firebolt. In the last minute, steam rising up. The creature lets out a wounded bellow.
I will action surge and do the same if he's still alive.
All right, he is still alive.
We're only 10. Jesus.
10 more points of damage. That's 149, 159. He is still alive. The 18 from the firebolt will hit, however. For 15 more damage, the magic missiles come flying in. The creature rises up out of the ocean in pain, and then the firebolt finishes the blow. Its head comes snapping off from the rest of its serpent-like body, and it falls into the ocean dead.
Beautiful. Is Moji still in his small? Is Moji drowning?
No, he's in his studded leather armor because he knew he was going on a boat, and he knew this was going to happen. So he's ready for this.
He was prepared. Okay. With that, it comes to the Thunder Serpents. The great creature is going to swim over here. And it doesn't really have a great line, does it? It's going to swim all the way to the bow of the ship, so it can get a nice line attack on both you, Grand, and Norbert. It opens its mouth, crackling with thunderous energy, and it breathes out a line of pure lightning. I need each of you to make me DC 16 dexterity saving throws.
So, Greg, could you remind me what exactly does the stem of Shambling Mound do?
Yes, I can. While we're doing this, give me a moment to pull up my weird items thing. My creature loot. And Shambling Mound starts with S. Shamble, shamble, shamble mound. Vines. They act as a whip They can be crafted into a potion of fire resistance or a potion of cold resistance.
The stem.
No,
not
the stem
white.
did lightning
Oh, the
damage.
stem, not the whip.
Mhm.
Right.
It was-
The
I think it
one
was
shambling
resistance
mound, a
and-
root stem. When held by a creature, that creature gains resistance to lightning damage as the stem draws the energy towards it. It can be master crafted by a spellcaster into a an amulet of lightning absorption.
Or resistance, right?
It gives, yes, so when you hold the stem, it gives you resistance.
I'm gonna roll my dex anyways then for half damage.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I'm going to use my reaction to cast absorb elements.
Yeah, and then I will use my lucky as I failed the roll for a 19 succeeding.
Okay, so is absorb elements a reaction?
Yeah. I clicked it. No, it didn't appear. Wait. Here.
It is a reaction because it's one of the spells I also have.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
I'm trying to put it on screen.
So you take acid damage. The spell captures some of the incoming damage, lessening its effect on you. You gain resistance to the triggering damage type until the end of your next turn. Also, when you're hit with a melee attack, they will take an extra damage. I assume you are choosing lightning. So this creature breathes out a breath of like pure lightning at the two of you. You cast your spell and you can feel some of that energy just like drug into this like arcane shield that forms around your body. Norbert holds up a stem. Some of the lightning is drawn towards it. You will both gain a resistance to the breath attack, but you will still be taking I just want to make sure I have that number right. 12d10.
What?
As a matter of fact, I remember I dropped my shield, so I can't use it, but I could have taken 0 damage.
I would like you to take 56 points of lightning damage, half as much on a successful save.
Remember the temp HP.
And you do
how
have
much was
8
the
temp
temp
HP.
So I because of resistance, we take 28. And
Resistance would give you 28, yes.
How much temp HP did we have?
8.
8.
So
20.
20 we take.
Yes. All right, Brox, you are like
My health bar isn't updating for some reason.
you are like hanging on the edge of the ship on the rope. You smell the crackling ozone from this like lightning attack as your friends have been struck. What do you do?
Right. What would it be to climb back onto the ship? Just movement?
Yeah, you have a rope in your hand. You're just gonna need to like use that and use some movement. We'll call it 10 feet to the top of the ship.
Sure. He is going to get back onto the ship. He can make it, let's just say there
Perfect.
for now. And do I have line of sight to the
Yes.
sea monster?
Yes.
Alright. We will be casting Fairy Fire.
Fairy fire, beautiful. The like hues of violet and neon come racing towards this creature, and it will attempt to save, which it does successfully. Sensing your spell, it dumps itself into the water before resurfacing again just afterwards.
And we'll just bonus action Shillelagh as well.
Okay.
Because we can.
Perfect. Moji, you have slain this creature in front of you. You're like doggy paddling, trying to keep yourself above the surface of the water. You smell the ozone in the air. What do you do?
Moji's large, yes.
You
Can
are
I just
large.
put my hand up and pull myself up there, or is it
He's
too
like,
tall for that?
"Ah!" Sure.
Because
yeah.
I'm strong as heck. Yes.
We're still gonna call it like 10 feet of your movement, but that's
Fine.
exactly what you do. You just like jump up onto the top of the ship.
And I'll almost step on him, but like, look out, little one. And I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I actually make it? I can't make it. Car says,
Yeah. If you dash, you can.
I don't want to dash and just. You know what? No, I'm not gonna dash. I'm going to throw 2 javelins at him.
All right,
Okay,
please do.
I love them so much. No, not the javelins. I'm gonna use my heavy crossbow.
Okay, gotta
Yeah,
save those javelins. They're too
Yeah.
precious.
They are so good. And I'm gonna use my poison bolts this time. Yeah. Hopefully.
All right.
But I think you can only shoot it once, right? Because it has this special reload.
We already said last time it's kind of the same. Like you can use the bow and you can throw javelins and you can. Although loading property, is that a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I can only shoot it once. So that is another crit.
How do you roll 3 natural 20s in a row?
He's rolled a lot of nat 20s. Yeah.
First of all,
Crazy.
it's not all the time, so don't worry about it. But this is 8 plus 10, 18 damage.
18 damage. Your bolt strikes into the creature's like hide as it lifts out of the water. The poison you can see turns some of its skin like a dark black, and as it splashes back down, like ripping at its chest, your bolt has truly given it a wound.
And I'll be like, I want that one too. I want it too. And I'll end my turn.
Wonderful. All right, Grond, you have been struck by the mighty breath of this creature, and now the large emoji is shooting it. What do you do?
Well, Grond was pretty mad now that he got my hit point pool isn't updating, by the way, for some reason. I don't know.
I see it
It is not.
I see it
updated
on
to
our end.
17 on this screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's not for me, but okay. In that case, it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, he's gonna pull out his wand of fire, not fireballs, of magic missiles, and he's gonna unload it on him, casting a 6th level magic missile.
All right, the wand of magic missiles comes out. You wave it and fire just a shotgun blast of magic missiles. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Yeah, 6th level. That means it's 3 plus 5, right? Yeah, so 8.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, right? 6.
Yeah.
Second, third, fourth, fifth, 6. 5 plus 3 is 8. Yes, that is correct.
All right. Well, I don't have a fancy one like Quoro. I'll spam the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All
How are
right.
you casting a 6th level magic missile?
Yeah, basically you can fire, but basically now the
He
the
just
wand is
fired
almost-
all his charges at once.
Yeah, it's almost empty. It has 1 charge left because if I had cast it at 7th level,
2,
there's a chance
5,
that
8,
the wand
11,
explodes, and I don't want
16,
that.
Okay.
24, 25 points of damage as your wand just explodes into this thing's chest. Boom, 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 boom. It falls back into the water, bludgeoned by your attack, momentarily having to recover itself. All right, Norbert, it is your turn.
Norbert looks at Grond using a 6th level spell to deal about 10% of the damage that Moji did in one turn. He scratches his head and he's like, should I have really gone wizard ways? He's not sure anymore.
He is bad, man.
Norbert is covered in heavy armor. He doesn't want to cut the straps. Is it possible to cut the straps on my plate mail and jump on the creature in one round, or is that a bit too much?
I think that you need to doff your plate mail, which
Okay.
would require like lots of time, right?
Yeah, fair enough. So I'll do the bread and butter then.
Okay. Dexterity save for the sacred flame as you bring your magics to bear against the creature. It will fail. Your sacred energies, are just waiting for it as it surfaces again. It's wrapped in your flames for 15 points of damage. The firebolt arcs in from your mask at the same time, dealing another 10. Beautiful.
And Norbert just did the same damage as Gron with a 6th level spell using a cantrip.
Feels bad, man. Poor wizards.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
You're gonna fireball him.
They say.
You strike the creature with your firebolt, your mask, the flames, and then the Thunder Serpent will go. The Thunder Serpent is going to first look at this line and be like, GD, man, I gotta recharge this weapon.
Sorry guys, I need to take this phone call.
Okay, please take this phone call. It rolls a 6, and it recharges its breath weapon, which makes this line interesting. Who's he going to shoot? His line could be here. I don't think that's gonna hit Brox, but his line could go here to get Brox. I think we're gonna roll. We're gonna roll to see if he hits Brox or Norbert. That is a cocked die. That is Norbert. Okay, Norbert's on the phone.
We can roll the damage and then have it happen when he.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, very good. So, it opens its mouth once more, breathing in and unleashing a giant line of lightning. I need you to make dexterity saving throws DC 16 or suffer 54 points of lightning damage.
Oof.
Oof.
Sorry, everybody makes the save, right?
You as well,
You are.
Norbert. Is your phone call already done?
Yes. After this fight, can we have a 10-15 minute break?
Yeah, we can take a break right after this fight, for sure.
Is the save 16 or 15?
The save is 16.
I will use my lucky then.
Okay.
Do it again.
Oh yeah, can I use my inspiration?
You may absolutely use your inspiration.
Oh hell yeah!
All right.
Nat 20s, dude.
Those are successful rolls. On a success, you will take half for 27 points of lightning damage.
And halved again because I used my reaction again.
Right.
Yes.
What did you say? 27. Half is
13.
13.
13. Yeah.
13.
Yeah, I'm
All
still
right.
up. Barely, but still up.
Brox, you see your friends blasted with this breath of lightning. And it comes to you to act. What do you do?
Alright. We are feeling a little bit inadequate in this fight, so we will just throw a little ball of fire at him
So he can...
for 2 damage.
All right, 2 damage.
We tickle it with some fire, and with our bonus action, we shout out, "Go get him, Moji!" and give him a healing word for 8.
Oh, beautiful. You hear the soothing sounds of Brox's call to you. You feel rejuvenated, ready to go get him. What do you do, Moji?
Moji gives Brox a huge thumbs up, and he's like, "For justice!" And he'll jump inside. 1, 2, and just jump hard. Just hard down. I don't even give me anything for it, but I am going to just go straight for its head and hope I just smash into it. And let's go. Great weapon mastery. Don't fail me now. 19
that is a 19. That'll hit.
for 33.
33 points of damage. You bloody the creature with your mighty blow.
And I crit.
Oh my god.
Oh, my
it's
God.
happening, boys. 43 damage.
Will you crit for a 4th time this combat for 43 damage? Oh my lord. All right. You get to swing again?
Ew. Oh, I crit again.
Oh.
I crit again.
Yeah. With the serpent's bite, you sure do.
Plus another 1d12. So let's do that. Ah, yes. Feels
that
good.
is 32, 37, 39.
No, you still need to roll 2d12 more, right? Because that's only 2d12, so it's 5d12 total when you crit.
Is that right? Oh,
Yeah.
you're
Oh
right.
yeah. You don't have this set up where it's critting as
Yeah.
it scales.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 more.
Oof.
And one more.
Whatever. It's
And
fine.
One more. One
Better
more.
than nothing.
You
One more
technically
D12.
do have another
Yeah.
D12.
Oh shoot!
Another
I got it.
12, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
When
better.
you crit,
9.
when you
There you
crit,
go.
you go nuts.
I
All right,
And he
and
has
for
a
another
perfect
16,
weapon for it,
Times in
too.
combat.
let's do some math.
Math time, people! Yay!
So this was 180, and then this is 111, 113, 154, 181. Yes. You slay this creature with a flurry. You jump on top of him, and with a flurry of blows, just the axe hammers and hammers and hammers, and your oversized body just like drop kicks the serpent into the water as your last axe like comes down on it. You take the head clean off once more. The creature dies. And we will say that you jump back up onto the boat. The fighting done. And
Not quite, Greg.
We requested
We
a
grab
break
the head.
here.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab the head and bring
Yeah.
it on top. But we're taking a break. Yeah.
All right, perfect. You grab the head as a trophy to bring on top. And why don't we take a break right here after this combat so we can get
Do
a
it.
phone call in and everything. We will see you guys back again in just a few moments. See you soon. And, we're not quite back because I messed up the cams. There we go. And now we're back. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Land Beyond the Mist. We had just defeated a mighty pair of thunder serpents in the middle of the ocean. And now the head has been brought back on the ship. The crew takes a count of however many people excuse me, on however many people are left after getting knocked into the ocean and devoured by the thunder spirits. It seems there's still enough crew to man the ship. It will continue on its journey, but it will do so with heavier hearts and a little bit slower pace. Is there anything that you want to do in this scene before we leave it behind and continue the journey? Or are you ready to advance on through our story?
Moji wants to see if the book has anything on these thunder serpents and figure out what they're about. Maybe take some parts home for his shenanigans.
Okay. Yes. The thunder serpents have a gland that produces lightning. It doesn't give you a it doesn't give you a immediate bonus by having it or holding it, but it can be mastercrafted into a potion of lightning breath. And this lightning breath is going to be stronger than your average potion. So this is a potion of improved lightning breath, we'll call it.
Okay. Now, could I have gotten both, or are we saying I just got one?
If you would like to harvest them, I would like for you to give me a DC 15 nature intelligence check.
Can
I
Grand
would like
assist him
to-
with that?
I would like to guidance him as well.
Please do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because-
You can get assistance from Grand, and you can get guidance from Norbert for the check itself. So you'll get a D4 for the guidance and advantage from Norbert, or not Norbert, from Grand's assistance.
Yeah, because Grand is a potion maker, so he
I
would
got
definitely
it.
know about.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What is the day?
You
What is
pull out
this day?
two pristine thunder serpent glands.
Perfect, though. Like, perfect. Okay.
Somehow
Moji
it's
feels
two,
like-
but there's three of them, right?
There's somehow 3. There's
There's
another.
somehow
there's
three.
another-
One of them was a mutant freak that just had like an extra one.
All right. Are you putting that on your list, or should I put it on mine, Greg?
I'm gonna put it on my list, and then if nobody else wants them, we can just give them to you. It's fine.
Cool. And I will. Oh, did that spend my charge of the book then?
No, you didn't. You didn't address the book for that information. I just gave it to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yes, Moji feels super awesome right now. He doesn't know why. He feels like Fulgoris is like blessing him on his new journey and helping him out because he is doing some amazing work lately. He is popping off in the world. The only thing he needs to figure out is how to get rid of this stupid tick he's been having, turning to other people. And then he'll look at the crew and be like, "All right, men, I'm sorry for what happened. We gotta get her going. Let's ride. We ride tonight." Aye. And he shakes his head. I'm sorry. We go. I'm sorry.
I guess it's true what they say. The more stupid the barbarian, the stronger he is.
Oh man, but he's not stupid. He's +1 in. He's smarter than most people in this. So,
you're smarter than me, actually, and I'm a wizard.
Yeah.
A quick question about resting here. I'd say we do a short rest, but then the journey still takes a few days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can short rest here if you would like, gain the benefits of a short rest. But the journey will continue, right? After you rest up, the boat continues on its journey, and later that night you'll have a full night's rest. In the excuse me, in the how'd you get a 21 on a hit dice? That's pretty crazy.
I was looking at
it's a new feature. You can roll if you mouse over it, it's 3 hit dice plus 3 times.
Yeah.
It's really cool, actually.
Okay.
Cool that it's blue as well.
And this is the short rest rule, right? You can use up to half rounded up.
You can use up to half of your hit dice rounded up, and for the short rest. And the night's rest, of course, you can use any remaining hit dice to regain HP. And you will regain half of your hit dice pool rounded up for use in the next day, along with spells and class features, yada yada.
Brox didn't take any damage, so he's probably just going around healing any sailors that took any damage.
I like it. Yeah. Absolutely. Healing up scrapes and bruises and maybe some stray lightning that hit some people. Absolutely. As you go around that night, the spirits are low, but the ship must sail on. And you will eventually see the light of dawn the next morning. It is only a few hours into the morning when you will alight on the coast of the lands of Cragmourne. Here it is a wooded area with some small hills and mountains, like not even mountains, but like larger than average hills that will run through it. The woods here are thick and dark and twisted. The branches of the trees themselves almost seem to follow a almost unseen geometry wrapping around in weird ways. They're not blackened or grayed. They're just thick and dark, and there's a little bit of an ominous air to the place, even though it would look somewhat natural, just in like a still painting or photograph. After you take some time to orient yourselves, it is a small trek, maybe less than an hour, to find a village. Here, in the middle of this wooded kind of forest, you see smoke rise from rooftops and trees above the trees. You see a clearing kind of cut out as you get closer to it. And sure enough, there are banners in the common tongue welcoming hunters to the Cragmourne hunt. You can hear like small bits of music playing. They're played on instruments that have a hollow ring to them, a little bit more dour than they are exciting and like up tempo. And you can see like many of the like villagers and like seemingly common people from the realm gathering, but also you see people under different banners. You see minor and larger noble houses having their champions kind of come to the area as well. Notably missing, you will see no banner from the excuse me. You will see no banner from the Shallow Rest kingdom or like lands. Are
there some from Rhymeview?
You are the Rhymeviews.
We are Rhymeview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You come under the banner of Rhymeview and the Queen Mother. As you kind of approach and gather, you can see that there are tables set up outside of homes and shops that are essentially like there for refreshments. They're selling drink and meat pie and having a kind of festival like aura, even if it has a kind of dour note to it, more so than you would expect. And there's a pulpit or like a stage kind of set up in the center of town that is currently empty, but you see many of the people gathering, kind of making their way towards that area as you approach. All right. Assuming yes.
No, I just wanted to quickly ask. So the other nobles there are from Rustport, Thornrest, and Cragmourne, I suspect.
You don't see anyone for bearing Cragmourne's banners. The just like common people would be from Cragmourne. But yes, you do see those other banners there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we should look for a herald, I guess, a herald of the hunt or something. Whoever is organizing this or representing the nobility or kingdom of Cragmourne. So I suggest we go look around, probably around the stage area somewhere. Best place to look.
Okay. You begin your search, kind of pushing your way through the various crowds of people, looking for a herald of the hunt. As you do, the kind of area next to the stage has a like quiet little huddle of three individuals, each of them wearing plain like gray clothes, a single sigil of Cragmourne on top of their left breast, but otherwise unmarked. Each of them kind of wearing like large, wide-brimmed hats, very like extra large, as if to keep the sun off of their faces and their body, leaving them kind of in shadow for a large distance. The clothes are a robe, just kind of draping long and down to their ankles, and then like thick, heavy boots and gloves. You don't really see much of their features as you're approaching them.
Hello.
They turn to you. Ah, hello. Eager to begin, are we?
Yes, but no. A couple questions, if we may.
Yes, of course. What can we do for you?
This unicorn, is he gonna be released after his capture, or what are you gonna do with him?
That is not for us to decide. Lord Arwan will make that decision.
Sound good. When we go?
Soon. We give time for everyone to assemble. At noon, the hunting horn will be sounded.
Might I ask a few more specifics about this hunt? The unicorn, or the unicorns, I suspect, since you apparently organize this hunt yearly, so there must be a supply of them. Are they native to this region, or are you releasing one into the wilds that we then have to hunt?
Once a year, the unicorn shows up here in our lands. It is an annual tradition. It has been hunted since the beginning of living memory.
Has anyone ever actually captured one before?
There have been champions, more years than not.
I see.
So it is a different one every time, or?
I know not the ways of unicorns. I assume it must be different, but it may be the same. Celestial beings have powers beyond our understanding.
Moji's more convinced now that it's definitely not being murdered because there'd be a deep population of unicorns across the land if this is happening every year and they don't appear that often. From what he understands, because he's never seen one in his lands.
Yeah. The only thing I know about unicorns is that they are actually celestials, so they are not native in that sense to these lands. They have a strong connection to the outer planes and presumably hail from there.
Moji does not worried. We go. We catch unicorn. I'm looking for a hunt.
I have a question. Where can I get one of those hats?
We gifted these by the court of Cragmourne, but I suppose any tailor could make them. They are simple enough.
I must get one. They look very cooling.
Yes, they do a great job of keeping the sun from our features.
Can Gron make an assessment of this person?
Sure, what's your assessment?
No, I mean a closer inspection. I mean he's a trained in medicine, and obviously as a potion maker and also a necromancer. And does he see anything suspicious about this
I don't
person?
know. Do you see something suspicious?
I don't know. Does he seem unnatural, or is it just a normal human?
Tell me.
He's asking if he's undead.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to
Seems
discern.
normal to
Can I make some kind of check to see, like a medicine check, maybe?
How are you gonna make a medicine check? What is the information you're using?
Just a visual inspection of whatever I can see from them.
Okay, I mean they look pretty normal from just glance. Yeah, seem human enough.
The one thing that Norbert would like to do is, you mentioned that there's delegations from different cities and noble houses, right?
Yeah.
Would I be able to just look around, see what kind of methods are they going to be using to capture this unicorn? Are they bringing nets, or are they bringing some sort of magical equipment, or is it just some other beefy boys, ready with muscles bulging?
All right, yeah. You take a look around, and you'll see a variety of people here. Some of them are indeed beefy boys with muscles. You see a lot of people with bows and what seem to be nice boots. So they appear to be very rangery in appearance. They are hunters for sure. You see some people with big elaborate traps. You see some people with large nets. It does seem to be a variety of it seems to be a variety of means and methods in the crowd surrounding the pulpit.
Yeah, the reason I'm asking is because if they're here every single year, and there's a special way to capture a unicorn, maybe all of them have some sort of a special equipment. But it doesn't seem like that's the case.
No, it doesn't seem like everybody has the special equipment. No.
Okay.
And can we ask this organizer again? You said the hunt is successful more years than not. Do they bring back do the champions bring back a unicorn alive every time, or are there different?
That is how to become champion.
I see. So it is necessary to bring it alive.
Yes.
Okay. And do they wrap them in nets or catch it with nets, or does the unicorn come of its own free will, or how does it look?
Well, that would be an interesting way to win. Anyway, as long as you bring it.
I would suggest then speaking to a unicorn. From my understanding, they're sentient creatures. Probably speak some sort of a language or something.
Yeah, I think they even speak. They're very intelligent, actually.
If we can speak to one to bring one on his own will, I think that would be better for us than killing an angel, essentially.
Well, you have your own methods. As I understand it, Lord Arwen cares not for the means in which it is done. We only reward those who are capable and successful here.
Beautiful.
Very well. I've answered your
Wait.
questions.
Brox, can you turn into a unicorn?
No.
What if you turn into a horse and I put like a fake horn on top of your head? Does that work?
I don't think that's a unicorn.
I mean, it's a horse with a horn, right?
Shrug.
No for silence. All right, I get it.
No, I think. Yeah, is there any other information you can give us? For example, where to hunt, or if this you said they appear always in the same location.
Once
Is this
a year,
a
they
known
appear
location?
in our lands.
Okay.
He like gestures to the forest around you. You will find it out there.
Ron, we have to do. Can't rely on others for our work. Come. Moji will get
Oh,
ready.
it can't hurt to have extra information, but you are right. We have to, in the end, do it ourselves.
Mhm.
Although it might be worthwhile to watch the others, maybe in their attempts.
No, Moji, no wait for others. Moji will leave behind.
All right. Well, if the four of you are done with the questions, the brimmed-hatted men will kind of nod and take their leave. You are bid to try the meat pies, the ale, the drinks. It is, of course, a festival here, even though it has kind of a strange mood to it, to your eye. As the time passes, eventually, it will become noon, and the three brimmed-hatted men will step to the top of the like pulpit or stage, kind of at the center of town. They ask for everyone to quiet down, and they say, "The time for the Cragmourne hunt is at hand. Remember, to capture the unicorn alive is the only way to claim your right as champion, access to the palace of Cragmourne, and the favor of our lord. You have until the unicorn leaves our lands to attempt this capture. Good luck to everyone, and may the hunt begin." And the three of them lift this like bone contraption made of spiraling horns that opens up into a large like horn-like center. All three of them blow into the tips of these horns, and a mighty like sound echoes through the forest. Birds fly up from the trees, and as soon as that happens, with shouts, the men and women gathered in the square race out into the forest, and the hunt has begun. What do the four of you do?
Moji's looking to get his entire group to go. He's going to look at Brock specifically, and he's going to be like, "You good at tracking, yes?"
He'll look at you and just say, I have done it once or twice. I don't know if I'm very good at it."
We should try to sneak up on it and move quickly. We don't want to get things ahead. Ron, you have owl.
Yeah,
Scooter.
I do.
Scooter, what about
Quickly, Greg, this horn blowing from this weird device. Could I make an Arcana check to see if it had a magical effect, or if it's just a normal horn?
Sure. Looks like a normal horn to me.
All right. Yeah, it might have been like a summoning mechanism, but all right. Yeah, we can definitely try using the help of my owl, flying up a bit to get a better view.
Okay.
All right. And Moji's going to be within like earshot or like still able to see the group, but he's going to be running pretty fast, like going through, looking through as much, trying to make sure they keep up with him. But he's not waiting with this thinking thing everybody's doing.
I don't think
Yeah,
aimlessly running around the forest is going to be of much help. If anything, we're just going to scare everything away.
Oh, don't worry about it.
What I would suggest is, because both me and Brox were able to communicate with birds and plants and all sorts of creatures of the forest, is we simply allow the groups to go first. Unicorns are not stupid creatures. They're not going to be found out or captured easily. We can try and communicate with the forest spirits and try and find the unicorn that way instead. Let's use smarts rather than just run around aimlessly.
Yeah,
Actually,
Brox
in
can
that
definitely.
idea, are there animals in the area? It looks pretty dead here.
There are animals in the area, yes.
Oh, okay.
You saw birds lift from the trees with the sound of the horn. And while it is a twisted forest, there are indeed signs of small animal life. Brox, what were you saying there?
Yeah, Brox can, as we're walking around, if he sees any squirrels, birds, anything, he can ask them if they've seen a unicorn around.
Okay.
Mojo do the same, I guess. And he'll probably try to get a bird and use beast sense on it. So he can also see through its eyes and go around and do what Dron's doing.
All right, you got to touch a willing beast. That's
Yes.
interesting. Like, hey, bird, come here. I want to see through your eyes.
Yeah, exactly. You want me to roll something here?
No, not yet. So what
Okay.
we're gonna do is we're going to turn this into somewhat of a skill challenge. You are going to need to rack up 5 successes before you get 3 failures. Otherwise, somebody else may get to the unicorn before you do. And we're going to go to each of you and ask how you search for the unicorn. And it sounds like you have a good idea of talking with animals and seeing through their eyes, that kind of thing. So as it progresses, we'll have you each kind of role play through what you're doing and make a check. And we'll see whether it is a success or a failure. Who amongst you would like to go first here? Who is making the initial attempt here to track this unicorn?
I think Grand will do that.
Okay.
Yeah, as he said, the unicorns are extraplanar creatures, or at least creatures with a strong bond there, so they often travel through the planes. And so he will try and figure out or find a place where the barrier between the planes would be thinner, or a place where such a creature could appear. So I'm thinking an Arcana check.
Okay. Yeah, so you send your sight into the eyes of your bird as it, or your owl, as it flies up over the forest. It begins to scour through trees and land and twisted rock, looking for where it might find a thin place in the astral plane. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check as you are looking through the owl's eyes. That is a 20. That is 1 success. Your owl leads you south and east through the dense forest as it sees an area in the forest that is indeed a bit thinner, as if it touches on multiple planes. And it leads you across small streams and through the kind of densest parts of the forest, away from small towns and villages. You sense that you are kind of reaching the heart of the forest after a long kind of few hours of journeying, following the owl. Who is, once you arrive here in the heart of the forest, who is next to try to track this unicorn?
I reckon Brox will go next.
Okay.
He is a furbolg and a shepherd druid, so talking to animals is kind of just his thing. So he will go around looking for any, birds, squirrels, anything that usually travels fairly long distances or has good sight lines, and we'll ask them if they've seen any mystical creatures around. Maybe he's also looking for a particularly friendly bird that he can help Moji with, like
Excellent.
locating something for beast sense.
Yeah, go
He's got-
ahead. Go ahead and
Yeah.
give me a animal handling, either wisdom or charisma check, as you are trying to find the information you need from the nearby wildlife.
If you roll with charisma, you have advantage, but that's irrelevant, I guess. 22.
We're good.
Very nice. The 22 is plenty. What do you find? You find a wild boar, snuffling along, looking for mushrooms in the ground. And as you speak to this creature, it will tell you, "Yes, I've seen the mighty beast. It stepped from the trees." It's a horse now, apparently. I don't know. Greg only has so many animal sounds. The beast with the big horn. Yes. It stepped on my truffles. Anyway,
Oh,
you can find it.
let me help you with that. Here are some of mine. And he'll, just
You're
hand
the
over some
greatest. The wild boar will lead you further east into the forest, sending you towards where you think that the creature stepped between the plains and was seen last. As you do, the forest tends to turn in color a bit. It is less the natural greens and browns that you have been kind of walking through. Here you find still the same twisted trees, but the leaves will turn in a slight shades of oranges and violets, as the colors around you become more vibrant in this area. You have 2 successes. It sounds like Moji, you might be up next, as Brox also calls down a friendly bird. He's like, "Hey, man, I guess I can get touched. I can see for you."
Oh boy.
That sounded really weird when I said it. Don't pay attention to my bird brain, okay? Words just kind of spill out, but like, I'm down.
Moji will pet the bird a bit and do the beast sense concentration thing for a bit. And then he'll be like, "Fly, my pretties, fly, fly!" And he'll throw it up in the air.
Oh no!
And then he'll
The
become
flying
the bird
monkeys!
as it
Where are the
flies
flying
away.
monkeys? The bird will take off. Excellent. As the bird swoops through the trees, it is searching for the home of this unicorn. As it does, it bounds through the air, arcing through the colored forest. Go ahead and tell me, how are you using this bird to search? Is it just with its keen eyesight, or what is the bird searching for, Moji?
Its eyesight is probably better than Moji's because it's a bird, and I'm gonna be using that eyesight along with, I guess, nature or something, because I want to see what looks different. Like the bird's eyes, it knows what looks natural, and it's gonna see like, oh, this is happening differently than usual. I fly through this all the time. I can see the way the other plants are moving away, or the other animals are interacting with something else. Normally, these things don't do this. So I'm gonna go along with that. Yeah, either nature or I guess animal handling. I don't know how that works, but something like that.
Okay, I like nature. Yeah, I think that's an interesting way of doing that. Go ahead and give me a nature intelligence check as you see through the eyes of this bird.
Even though it's definitely my best stat, obviously.
That looks pretty good to me. All right. You see the way that the forest is changing, and you will notice that parts of the forest get more colorful. You see people wandering through it, and you see their torches go out. You see open fires disappearing, and you know that this must mean that location. It brings you closer to the unicorn's lair. And you begin to follow the eyes of this bird deeper into the heart of the forest.
When you say people, you mean other hunters?
Other hunters, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, other hunters. Norbert, it comes to you. How do you pick up the search for this unicorn?
Yes. So as I see Brox and Moji, interact with birds in the forest, these are not the only inhabitants of the forest. As the forest itself is living, and as both a cleric and a furbolg, I can communicate with the trees. And I'm gonna put my beefy, meaty hands on the trees. I'm gonna caress them and speak with them silently, hoping just for a slight move of leaves to guide us in a direction which to go.
All right. The trees are going to attempt to speak with you and give you the information that you desire. I would like from you to either make me a persuasion charisma check or a nature charisma check to get the information from these trees.
Sorry, you said either nature or persuasion.
Yes, sir.
And because I am a furbolg and I have speech of beast and leaves, then your charisma check is with advantage. So I will roll
Perfect.
persuasion here. 19.
That is a 19. That is a fourth success. The trees speak to you that you're on the right track. That the trees, as they change colors, are going to kind of like wave in the lack of wind, kind of shimmering like a small arrow, kind of pointing you onward. You can make your way through this forest, and they say the heart of the forest is near. You will find the unicorn's lair there. And you continue on another 35, 45 minutes. As the four of you have all succeeded, we're one check away. I want the four of you to tell me what is your perception, your passive perception, as you make your way through the deep heart of the forest.
11 for Moji.
11 for Moji.
Yeah, should I tell you can I give you the one of my owl or mine?
I think that as you walk through the forest, you probably need to be using yours. Because if you're like in the owl's eyes, like your body is blind.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, where does it say again?
Just
Mine's
below
16.
skills.
Yeah, my
16.
perception bonus is +5, so it's 15, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
15
should be.
for Grand. Okay.
14 for
14
Norbert.
for Nora. Wow. All right. Perceptive party. The three of you, Norbert, Brox, and Grand, realize as you're making your way through here, as you're following Norbert's like trees, that there is someone or something following you through the forest. You get that like knowledge. You hear the crunch of, the brush of the like bushes and like fallen branches of trees and crackle of leaves. You just have the creeping feeling up your spine as you look around. You don't catch a sight of them immediately, but you know that you are being followed. What do you make of this information?
As that is happening, I'm gonna relay the information to Moji, as I can see that Brox and Grond both see this happening. And I will say, let's just keep going for a couple more minutes, as my imp is gonna turn invisible, and he's gonna look at exactly what that is, as he's staying behind, and he's gonna fly back to me as soon as he knows.
Mm-hmm. After a few minutes more of traveling slowly through the forest, knowing you're being followed, the imp will land back on your shoulder and whisper in your ear, "There's 4 of them. Yes, 4 humans following you. Very clever. Think they're very stealthy."
Hmm.
When we're going over the rules, did we hear that fighting each other is okay, or is that like prohibited?
They said, "Whatever you want, man, as long as you bring the unicorn bag."
Mm.
Shall we just blast one of them? Let's choose the guy on the most left side, and all 4 of us just arrange to attack at him.
Perhaps we just lose their trail, or we make them lose our trail.
You'll
I
see
can.
that
I don't
Moji's
think
like
that's gonna be
skulking
very
away,
easy.
and Moji's gonna be like, "Go with that plan." Moji will go around the back, and then Moji will kind of sneak away and do a stealth dexterity check.
Wait. Before Moji leaves, Grun will tell
Yeah.
the party, guys, when we attack them, don't kill them. We don't want to make more enemies than we have to. Just knock them out.
We'll see. Moji. Moji will go away, and he will. Am I still in my? I'm out of. Okay, so I'm gonna.
You know
do
what
a-
Norbert is gonna do? He's gonna summon his Dark Elemental Stone as Moji is sneaking out, and the Elemental is just gonna go on the rampage on those four, and we're just
Oh,
bolting
no.
straight.
Well, I was hoping
Alright.
to sneak away from the part without them knowing, but we'll see.
Brox did have pass without a trace, but it sounds like we're just gonna beat him up.
No, the Elemental is gonna beat them up while we just bolt forward, trying to.
Oh, that's what you want to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can you like tell the elemental not to like try at least not to kill them? Maybe stun
Oh, I
them
don't
all.
give a. I don't think I don't.
Who
tell them. I don't
cares?
tell
They
them.
die.
Yeah,
They
who
die.
cares?
They tried us. They followed us.
They die. All right. With Rocky intoned here, I believe we need to figure it out. So the plan is that Moji is going to sneak around the back of these guys while the Dark Elemental charges them, and then the rest of you are just going to like book it. That's what I'm hearing. All right.
Is Moji really gonna stay behind one versus
Yeah.
four, or are you coming with us?
Yeah, we shouldn't split up.
If
should-
you guys, because I was under the impression you guys didn't actually say you were going to tell Moji. Moji said he was going to go around the back. If you guys say come with me, then we can sneak away. Yeah, we can just run away.
Yeah, let's run.
Alright.
I think we would tell
Yeah, let's-
you.
All
Yeah.
right.
Let's do that. So what we'll do is we will send the Dark Elemental to distract them while Brox will cover everyone with mud and leaves, and we will pass without a trace.
All
out of it.
right. You cast Pass Without Trace, and you send the Dark Elemental at them. This is a perfect plan. You hear the sounds of combat. Holy crap! Kill it! Kill it! Bows flying, the Dark Elemental's powers crackling. You put the Pass Without Trace on yourselves as Brox covers you with mud and leaves, and you continue on. That is a perfectly avoided encounter. You didn't roll anything, but I am going to consider that your 5th success. That was a perfect resolution of that encounter. Excellent. With that, you find yourselves marching deep into the heart of the unicorn's lair, the unicorn's forest. And as you take a few more steps, you find yourselves looking at a beautiful open glade with colorful trees sprouted in and around the kind of a mundane forest floor around you. There is a single stump that has been cut down cleanly. You can see the roots of the tree neatly aligned in like rings, and behind it a glowing like bright white unicorn, just kind of looking at the tree stump, kind of nudging it with its horn. As you approach, it stops and it looks right at the 4 of you. I'll go ahead and give you a map of it so you can kind of see what I am talking about as well.
Can you explain again what it was doing at the stump? It was just nuzzling it?
It
Or
kind of was like
looking?
nudging it with its horn. Yeah, as it like bounced around, like bounced its like unicorn horn off of the stump in front of it. It stopped as you approached and now is looking at. Whoa! What just happened there? Is looking at the 4 of you.
Did we want to
Sorry,
try and talk to it, or are we just going to beat it up?
Yeah, definitely.
No,
I want to talk to it. I want to find out what is going on in this kingdom. What the story is with this hunt, and also what the hell it is doing. What is it doing with the stump?
Well, good question.
Does this tree stump look any different from any other trees? Like, is it bigger, or is it like look magical in any way? Shape,
The
or
tree
form?
stump is bigger than a lot of the trees that you find here. And you will see that it probably encompasses like 30 or 40 feet around, with like its like root nest. And its actual stump itself maybe 10 or 15 foot around. You get the impression that this was once a mighty and massive tree.
Could Norbert just step a couple of feet forward, greet the unicorn, like alert him to our presence, and just sit on the floor?
Yeah, you take a couple of steps forward. It already is aware of your presence. It like watches you. Like its head shifts and like watches you as you step forward. And as you like sit on the ground, it like cocks its head back and forth as if considering you for a moment. And it will do the same. It will set its like hind legs down in kind of like a sitting like motion as it
Rox
still
will,
watches you.
Rox will also take a step forward, and he is going to pick Sylvan as his language of choice as he calls out, "Hello, Mr. Unicorn friend. We have a few questions for you."
Okay. You call out to the unicorn in Sylvan. The unicorn goes, and when it whinnies like that, you telepathically in your head hear a Sylvan reply, says, "What are you doing in my land? Usually people are hunting me."
Is this Brox, or is it everyone that can hear that?
Brock, since he is the one that spoke to it in Sylvan.
Hmm. We came when we heard that there was a hunt. We wanted to know if you well, we weren't really sure what was happening, to be fair. But it didn't sound very good.
Half-truths are easy to see.
Are you the same unicorn that is hunted every year? Or are there more of you?
I am the same.
He will look to his compatriots and say, "Did you guys hear that?"
No, and in fact, Grand, even if the unicorn wanted to talk to him, it couldn't because he's wearing a helmet of mind shielding, and also he doesn't speak Sylvan. So.
Yeah, that's probably also the other thing. Well, it says that it's the same unicorn that gets hunted every year.
That is interesting. So that means there must be more about this hunt. Could you ask it what the story is about the king of Cragmourne and this hunt? Why it is hunting the unicorn? And apparently the hunt is successful often. And what happens when it is brought to the king?
Yeah, he will look back to the unicorn and say, "Do you know why you're hunted by this king? And
For my
what happened
blood!
when they captured you?"
They
blood.
bleed me.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant.
No, not pleasant at all.
Yeah, you'll tell the
But
party. It gets bled.
you'll tell us that, and can you ask? They release it thereafter after bleeding it, or
No, they bleed me dry. But a unicorn cannot die. Not here in this plane.
Yeah, I'm just translating at this point. So
Yeah.
And do you know what they need your blood for?
Nay.
Nay?
Yes.
yeah, this
That was
entire
pretty
session
good.
was for that joke. You're holding on to that all day.
I've been, yes. Sorry.
Do you-
No, it's good. It's good. Moji's like, we have job to do. What do you guys want to do about this? Can we ask
be
him?
patient, Moji. Be patient.
Moji's patient, but we will do the job.
As Norbert is, sitting on his knees here, like kind of kneeling down, he's gonna ask the unicorn, say, ruler of the forest, what is this place? What is the circle industry in the middle?
You speak Sylvan as well, right? So you're
Yes.
Yeah. So
This is the great tree. It was chopped down a millennia ago. I tried to heal it. It has grown this much since my presence.
I might have something that might help you, if you will. I have 40 pounds of not holy water, but healing water. If you may, if that's helpful for you, I don't mind restoring this tree, or at least helping out.
The unicorn will like stand up and like slowly trot its way closer to you. It does so warily, like a little bit at a time, stopping, watching. But eventually it will make its way up, and it like says, "Show me the water."
Instead of 8, I'm gonna only give him 7 of the water skins of the healing water that I took with a sword master where we were last time. Give him 35 pounds of water.
It like nudges open the water skin with its horn, and then like dips its head down to like lick the water, and it cocks its head and thinks. It goes, "No, this won't do."
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of anything that would do to help this tree regrow?
My horn! And it like rushes back.
And what does it do? Like just stabbing the tree with its horn makes it grow?
I am a being of celestial healing. My horn has great healing power.
Is there anything that a non-unicorn can do to help?
I don't think so.
Moji will say, perhaps we make a deal. We keep them away from you for the allotted time that is able for the hunt, but afterwards we give you to Cragmourne. Is that okay or no?
Nay! I do not wish to return.
We are not evil. We are not bad adventurers. We are on a task, and it is to bring you to Cragmourne, at least. We were not told anything about leaving you there, only about your capture, essentially. Nobody told us that we're going to have to hand you over. Is there any way you would consider just coming with us? We would not let them keep you, per se.
He says, give me a persuasion check, actually.
Yep. If this rolls bad, I will try to use my lucky.
Okay.
I will use lucky.
Okay.
You also have inspiration, right?
Yeah. If you let me, I will use my inspiration as well for this time.
Lucky says you have to take the roll you just used, right? So,
no, you choose one of the rolls, no?
Is that... let me double check Lucky, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking of something else. Lucky! You have 3 points to remake an attack roll, ability check, saving throw, roll d20. You can choose to spend one of your luck points after you roll the die before the outcome is determined. You choose which of the d20s to use. Okay, yeah, go ahead and use inspiration.
Yeah. And essentially it's going to be the highest of the 3. Sorry, I lost it. 16.
It's 16. The horse looks at you, and it thinks, and it says, as long as you don't let them keep me.
I look towards the party, and I tell them there was nothing told about them keeping the unicorn. It was only a capture of him. If you guys are happy to take him, and if they ask for him, we don't give him, I am more than happy to do it this way. I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable giving a celestial creature to the necromancers.
Yeah, Grond. I don't even know if they are necromancers, but Grond will say, "I do not wish to have enemies of the Celestials."
I agree. I don't want to. I don't want to make
I-
this unicorn suffer.
I look towards Moji because he's the only one that might say differently at this point.
Yeah.
Moji agrees to do the job. We do the job. Once we are crowned king or champions, job is done. You can do what you want.
But Moji, the question stands, right? Our job is to bring this unicorn. They said nothing about like keeping him or having him like being slaved to them. If they say you need to leave this unicorn even though it was not part of the job, what will you say to them? Because that was not part of the job and it would go against the agreement of the
Yeah, we
unicorn
fulfilled the job to the letter.
Once
and
we
not-
fulfill job, Moji will be able to do what we need to do.
All right.
That is an answer that is a non-answer.
For Grond, it's enough.
Rox will look over to the unicorn and ask, "Do you have a way of escaping yourself if you need to?"
Nay! My powers don't work in the palace.
Don't bring him into
I
palace.
see.
We crowned outside of palace, and then
Yes, from your past experience,
Oh,
you know
Moji's got it. Moji's gonna put some rope around it, like around its neck, and so it's like we captured it, and then let's explain it in Moji speak. So I don't like do it right now, but I'll have it around its neck, like we captured it, walk it to it, and then as soon as we are declared whatever, you can just get out of there. He's gone.
We don't really need to like pretend we capture it. We just need to bring him there, right?
Well, yeah,
At
but
least
like
that's
still,
my understanding from the.
yeah, it doesn't really matter. We just if he can run or whatever unicorns do, it'll look like we definitely captured him and we definitely did the job we're supposed to do.
Okay.
So we're not to take you inside the palace, right, Mr. Unicorn? Miss Unicorn?
I would prefer not to.
Very well.
All right.
All right.
You
the
tie-
unicorn
Take you back
reacted
to
all
town.
to my.
Grond also has the fly spell prepared, so he could cast it on the unicorn before or while we're in the palace, I guess, or near the palace. So he could, it could. I guess it can teleport, right? So
Does a
It might be
unicorn have a fly speed?
no, it doesn't. But it can
No.
teleport, as far as I
It
know.
does have. It has a teleport, and
It does have a
it
teleport.
It sounds like magic might not work in the palace itself. So we probably just don't want to take it to the
Yeah,
palace
but
at all.
it might be magic that is specific against teleportation, which exists and is actually quite common in protected areas. You know, they are hedged
Also,
against
might be all
teleportation.
magic. I don't really know.
Yeah,
Or they might
but
be
fly
using some
magic
sort of
might
magic that
actually
they
work.
can use.
Flight magic might work because it's it's mundane magic and it doesn't. Yeah, the teleportation prevention is more common.
And anyways, the task is to bring him to the small village, not in Cragmourne, right? It was where the.
No, you
Where-
must bring the unicorn to the king of Cragmourne. That is how you are crowned champion.
Hmm.
Can we ask the unicorn from its past experiences how the whole thing ends in Cragmourne?
In blood!
Yes,
Mine
aside
specifically!
from that, aside from that, is the crowning of champion? Does it occur before the bleeding? Does it occur outside of the palace?
Usually during.
And is it outside of the palace?
No! In the throne room!
And does the throne room only protect from your teleportation magic or from all magic?
My magic doesn't work there. It's all I know.
It's probably like the good aligned celestial things.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. Have you seen? I mean, have you seen others use magic in the?
Yes!
I mean, so our mission is to be crowned champions. It kind of sounds like the crowning of champions happens while it's getting bled. So if our aim is to not let it, die, then we're not really going to be able to complete the mission.
Well, he
We get
either
a
have
favor
himself,
from the
he's
queen,
unable to
and then
die.
we fight him out.
No, he said it himself. They are unable to die in this place. So he's not gonna die. He's just gonna be bled.
Well, he doesn't die, but
Could we?
I can't imagine
think-
being drained of all your blood is very comfortable.
I mean, Norbert was possessed by a devil before, and he's trying to atone for his sins and whatnot. So he will be straightforward and outcoming with a unicorn, and tell him that like, hey, we have been tasked to bring you inside the keep, and probably they do want to bleed you. I don't want to, lie to you.
Then I don't want to do the deal. No deal.
Yeah.
That sounds fair.
Is there
In
anything
all
we could
your
do
years
for
of
you to
experience,
change your
have you
mind?
seen this end any differently, and people still get crowned champion?
No.
Say, what's your name? I keep referring to as Mr. Unicorn, but
Mister is my father's name.
okay, Unicorn. Okay, Unicorn.
This unicorn has a name, yes. It's Charlie the unicorn. No.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Let me look up my notes.
Well, if it's Charlie the unicorn, we can definitely take it to get bled. 'Cause that thing's
Yeah, let's
fucking
take
Oh,
evil.
it's
straight away.
kidding. You just have to get it on a bridge.
Say, Mr. Unicorn, is there anything we could do in this world for you to endure the torture of being bled one more time?
This unicorn's name is Ceratus. Ceratus. Ceratus.
Say, Ceratus, is there anything we could do to convince you to go through the bleeding ritual one more time?
I don't know. What are you offering, man?
How about this? Next year, we come and we fight on your behalf. We make sure no one ever touches you ever again. We will do this every year for 10 years to make sure this you can grow this tree, and you protect forests, and you will not be hunted anymore.
Or maybe we find a way somewhere in this world that could, aside from your horn, and maybe faster than your horn, regrow this tree.
Celestial, you don't got that power.
We can search for it.
We can definitely
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Moji. You can take assistance from Gron's interjection.
Got it. Please let this one work. Will you give
Do
me
you still have
intimidation?
do you still have a what's it called?
He's getting advantage either way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
You won't give me intimidation, right? It's not a thing for this.
I don't think you're intimidating the unicorn, are you?
I got you.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Do it or I'll beat you. I'll make it happen.
I mean, that is an option,
hell.
right? Like, go get bled
Yeah.
or I'll bleed you here.
An option.
Right?
19?
Oh, 19. All right. What does the unicorn think of that? Okay. You come fight for me every year for the next decade. And in the time between, search for another cure for the tree. And I'll come with you.
We do.
All right,
Agreed?
we avoid the bridge though. And the unicorn will trot forward, and he is going to look at all of you, try to like you kind of see it go like, and like as if summoning you forward closer to him. And as you all get within close enough distance, you feel like time and space kind of contort around you. And you appear on top of a mighty plateau, rock in all directions except one. You stare down into the lands of Cragmourne. You can see the small villages and towns with smoke rising up from them. The twisted kind of forest is like spread out in front of you. You have a view of the entire place. But then as you turn, you see a mighty palace of like stonework, almost perfectly grown out of the ground around it into this palace. Seamless. You hardly even see a like joint or piece of hammerwork upon it. And the unicorn goes, in there, man.
Rocket, before we go there, can I try and convince you of one more thing?
Oh, it's always one more thing.
I know it's always one more thing. And I'm gonna kinda usher myself and Bronx forward, right? We're gonna stand next to the unicorn. And I'm gonna say we're both Furbolg. He's a shepherd of the forest. I am the cleric of the forge. Is there any way for us to convince you to come with either one of us on our adventures? We meet Fae, we travel across the world.
You're
It would
trying
be
to get
easier
me
for
to
us.
bleed to death here, man. No way.
Fair enough.
I think we've asked
Fair
enough of
Yeah,
Fair enough.
friends.
Fair enough. Let's go.
don't get
We will
people-
definitely search for a cure for your tree for you, though, Seratus.
Thank you. Let's go. Get
Alright.
this over with.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
right.
Fair enough.
It's your yearly shots, alright? Just getting the vaccine.
Alrighty. How are we doing on break time here? This is about the time we would normally take a break after our last one. You guys need to run, get some water, drink any of that stuff?
I'm all right.
You're all right?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm fine as it is.
Okay, then I'm okay pushing on. Just wanted to check in and make sure. Okay, you step into this like castle. It is pristine stone, beautiful, like I would say architecture, but it seems almost grown out of the plateau that you're on. There are like beautiful rugs on the stone floor, like torches crackle in a like ever burning like dark black light in all of the candelabras along the hall. The unicorn walks through, confidently leading you, knowing where to go down this hall. And you enter a massive throne room that opens up out of this main hall into a huge ceiling, maybe 30 or 40 feet up into the air. It has an almost observatory-like dome on the ceiling. You can see markings of astrology and the stars upon it. On the back of the throne room wall, you see that there is a place for a throne, but no throne standing in it. And there are 6 like attendants in the long robes and the hats. They have their heads lowered so that you can't see their features at all. The hat and robe obscuring their form entirely, though each of them are quite tall, standing maybe 7.5 feet and thin across the back wall. You can see across the east and west walls murals of great beasts, dragons, and even more strange and terrifying things doing battle across the walls. As you step in, the air seems to like shimmer for a moment, and from the ceiling descends a simple chair of stone. But as it comes down, it is intimidating in size. As it gets closer to you, you see that etched in the chair is a simple flowing script of an ancient language, and seated in it is a hunched and black-robed figure. It's got deep sunken features, almost obscured by the robes, thin and twisted hands. And as it comes down, it says, "Good. The hunt was short this year." And it opens up its hand towards the unicorn, and in a quick slashing motion, you see the unicorn's like neck open up in a fountain of blood. It begins to pool in the floor. It seems to like fill the cracks of the floor in almost like a pictogram of an ancient and like giant rune, the blood running through it as the unicorn falls down to the ground, weakened by the blow. As the chair descends down so that you can look into the like empty and dark holes of eyes of this figure seated in it, it speaks out to you for again. You are my champions for this year.
Hey, Greg.
Yes.
It's not really how it works, but can Brox offer just like a word of like, I'm sorry we had to do this to you, friend, as a like healing word without actually healing it, but like reducing some of the pain?
Oh yeah, definitely. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna like, offer a few words to ease the pain of the Serratus.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, you offer some kind words. It doesn't stem the flow of the bleeding, but you get a thank you. I was more hoarse than I expected there. Sorry. As it came,
Turned into a werehorse.
Huh?
You're turning into a werehorse.
I am. When the full moon comes out, I'm just gonna be like, You get the thank you from the creature, and the throne comes down and says, "You are my champions. What favor would you ask, Lord Arwen of Cragmourne?"
We are here on behalf of the Queen Mother of Rhymeview. She wishes to ask you about the fate of her late husband.
Undead late husband.
Yes. But we found out that you know exactly why he was undead.
Loyal you are. You are champions. He like slightly turns his chair and opens up his arm. You can see a bit of stone like come into the wall and slide forward. From the like gaping mouth of a dragon comes spilling piles of gold and gems onto the ground. From another mouth, like treasure of like magical value, definite, like clearly magical arms and armor and items come spilling out. He says, "You would forego your own wealth, power. I can offer you so much more."
Grond looks at his party.
Not this time, Grond. We're here to do the
Moji
job.
speaks up instantly. Moji and the Beefy Boys do not ever fail, and we always do our job. This
All
is
right.
no different. And he'll look at Gron specifically like, "You son of a gun, if you mess this up."
I was thinking about it. No, but it's fine. Yes, we are loyal. We are willing to forego this treasure. But if we are here to ask questions, maybe you can answer us additional ones, in addition to the ones of the Queen.
One favor. This is the promise.
We go for the promise that is made for the Queen Mother and the fate of her undead husband.
Very well. Her late husband was slain by her son to take the throne and win the battle with Rustport. There is an artifact great and powerful taken from its home with the dwarves. A crown, my crown. It grants the power to rule this coast, this land. I know the late king saw it. I know the late king had it. I raised him to ask him where it was. He knew not. He was useless, the crown gone, lost. So I left him undead. It felt a fitting end.
Uh,
Fair enough.
why
Thank you
why
very
did you
much.
say killing the king was necessary to win the battle of with Rustport?
He was destined to lose. His son asked me how to win. I gave him the way. Now, your
Wait, quickly.
favor has been paid. Be gone from my chamber. And he
Out of character,
lifts
what did he
himself
say?
up.
Tested to lose?
He was destined.
Destined.
Destined. Oh, okay.
And Moji will get up. He will walk over to the old Charlie here on the ground and pat him on the back. Be like, "Next year, Moji will be here." He whispers
You
it to him.
better.
He's like, a slight tear comes down his eye, like freaking. Well, I forget the movie, but whatever. One tear comes down his eye. Solemn oath. He kind of squinches his hand, makes a fist, and gets up and walks out. Moji's starting to contemplate how dedicated he has to be to always finishing the mission. Starting to hurt a little bit. But yeah, he'll start working out, and he'll make sure Gron actually walks out, because I kid you not, Gron, if you mess this up.
Oh no, he's kind of disappointed. Can he ask him, are you the Blood Crown King? The Blood King that is depicted in the Stellies? On the way out, he just asks. Or can we see it on the artwork? Is it the same as what they described on the columns in this chamber?
He does not look to have the regal presence of the king that you're speaking of.
Okay,
Brox
so
grabs Gront by the scruff of the neck and just drags him out.
Thank you. Moji's the good job, Brox. Golly. We're getting out.
Yeah, no, but that sounds like exactly how it happens, because Grand, he hates mysteries unsolved, so he's wait, let me ask a question.
It's funny, Moji's the opposite. He was like, I will leave as much mystery as possible to have as much gray area and moral high ground as he can. So he's out.
Exactly. We're on the same page. We just get the fuck out of there.
The GTFO.
So no, he does not look like the king that you're thinking of from the depictions in the vaults.
So when he said my crown, he meant like he wants to have it more than it was originally his.
I mean, he thinks it's his. If you were to roll insight, you would think that he truly believes that that's his crown.
Huh. That's interesting. So if I go on my medicine check, if I compare his hunched form, or how his hunched form looked before it was hunched, would he then look that regal? No. Okay.
It's not the same guy.
Okay.
All right. You are dragged from the chamber back down the hallways. You are actually greeted at the doorway by the three large brimmed men that started the hunt. They congratulate you for completing it and ask you to leave the plateau as soon as possible.
Oh, we're already gone. He's speaking to
Then I have to ask.
You're just hoofing it out of there. Yeah. There's just the after image of the party right there that they're talking to.
Yep.
All right. You take a long, arduous climb down out of the forest, or out of the plateau and down into the forest. It is long and tiring. By the time that you get down into the forest, night has kind of fallen, and or like evening has come. Night will fall soon. It would be a long trek through the dark, unusual forest to get back to the kind of small town where you started. What is your plan here after you have delivered this unicorn to the Cragmourne palace, and you're in these lands now, kind of for the first time? Are you just hightailing it out of here back to town as soon as possible? Do you have other plans? What's the 411 on the party's thought process here?
Yeah, I think we're leaving, but Grand, as to his state, he's like very unsatisfied with the non-answers he got. So yeah, he's wondering, and he's also wondering about this portrait that he has, what kind of divination magic it might be, and what it does.
If you have 100 gold pieces, I can identify it for you.
You know I don't have money.
Outside of that, Norbert is probably going to suggest, like, guys, I know we have a boat and everything, but after the last fight, I'm a heavy boy. I don't know if I like boats. Because the adventure was so short, I would suggest we walk back, maybe, run into some trouble, get some
Wait,
reward
how do we walk back?
He would
You mean
need a
go
lot.
around the whole coast?
Yeah,
I don't think we have enough rations for that.
we can buy
Well,
some.
we could always buy them in
It
shell
would
rest
take
and
like
on the
a
way.
month.
No,
But it's such a long trip.
it would be
You'd
like
be fine.
a week
Just tie
and a
yourself
half.
to the mast again.
Moji kind of wants to go to Thornrest actually and check up on them because of that whole Fey war thing with the old Fey, and he wants to get in
It
touch
would
with
be
us.
along the way. It would be along the way.
We could just take the boat to Thornrest and then the boat back home.
I don't know how comfortable I am doing that again.
Just rely on me. Moji's got this. And Moji pats his arms like, I took care of it. Moji solved
Mr. 140
multiple
damage
problems.
around. He's
Yeah.
gonna carry us.
It's the acts of death going
Well,
around.
No, you killed some Bahirs, but if we run into last time I heard a party run into like 2 Krakens, I don't think you can take them all alone.
Moji could definitely take them all alone.
Moji's got it.
Moji's got it. This is the motto of the team. Moji's got it. All right.
Moji the Kraken Killer.
You just see pictures of it. Moji just jumping into a giant Kraken's face. Ah! But yeah, Moji wants to talk to the Thornrest people. If you guys are cool with that, before we go on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Stop by Thornrest, sure.
Cool.
Honestly, if we go to Thornrest, Norbert is gonna pull Moji aside, and he's like, "You do know I just fucked with the old Fae, right? They're probably gonna send assassins after me."
Moji will protect you. Don't worry. Plus, you're the wall. Can't be hurt. And and also, I want to see how far along things are with them. If there's something we can do to help
Also,
and let them know about
Thorn-
things Mortimer found out.
Yeah, Thornrest are actually the enemies of the old Fae, so they should be your best friends.
Oh, are they the enemies of the old Fae?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, fuck it,
Great.
let's go. Okay.
They're literally at war with them over their swamp, whatever is going on there.
Yep.
Our ship was paid for. Was it there and back, or just there?
It was
Like-
there and back, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, we can go to them and ask them if they can stop by Thornrest for us.
Yeah, stop by Thornrest. We got a quick errand to run for the queen.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have the rations to make that trip?
Yeah.
We only
Yeah,
used
we have
3
10
so
days.
far. Oh, it's going to be 4 today, so Actually, no, we're
That's
going on the
okay.
ship today too. So 3.
Full fraction today.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna go to the ship, have the ship take you to Thornrest, and then back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
they're cool.
Okay. Yeah. You can do that.
We can-
So
We might need to pay them an extra day or something, because
Don't
if our ship was
say
paid for there and
anything.
back,
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
if they ask for that, we
they'll
can do
make
that.
happen.
Yeah.
You rest for the night. What I would like is somebody. Let's see. Who hasn't rolled a lot today? I don't think Grand has made a lot of rolls today. Grand, roll me a d6 for your evening spent in the woods here. That's a 2. Grand, as you and the party are sleeping, you're on watch, and you hear noises in the forest. As you like listen for a bit, you hear the crackling of branches and trees, and you hear voices whispered on the wind. They say, "Yeah, I'm sure of it. I saw them climbing down from the plateau. It's definitely them. We gotta. They got treasure. I'm sure of it. They got the favor. If we jump them, it'll be ours."
Okay, Grond will wake up his group. These clowns are are after us again. They don't learn.
Or just yell like an old man. It's like, it's late. Go to bed. We can deal with this in the morning.
You'll see Moji kind of grow in size somewhat. He's like, if you guys want to die, come on.
And
then
Moji can make that happen.
While they're still grouped together, Grond will just launch a fireball in their direction.
Okay, it sounds like there's some combat brewing. Sounds good. All right, let's think for a second here. The intimidation from Grond or from Moji, is that trying to avoid the fight? Or are you like just like smack talking before you go out and
it's
kick
definitely
some ass?
if they'll run away, then Moji will like chill. But if they won't, Moji will be big and ready to do a thing. But I assume the giant orc is kind of scary. So who knows?
Okay, so like before Grond quite chucks his fireball, let's adjudicate that for a second. You hear these voices, they're coming towards you, and Grond's like, "Wake up, they're after us." You grow to an enormous size. "If you want to die, I can make that happen." Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check. I think this is intimidation strength. You just became a giant, essentially, and bellowed at them. Let's see how intimidated they are.
So let's check that out. I have my natural intimidation is I have a 1, and with strength it's a +9, a 10 plus proficiency is 13 plus d20.
13.
Are you getting
That's a
+9 from strength?
That's huge.
You can get a +9 maximum. You can get a +9 maximum. You have 22 strength, so that's 6 plus 3 proficiency. That's 9. That's it.
No, I'm sorry. You're right. So it's do I get 1 from charisma or no? From
No, you only get
it's
one ability.
proficiency and strength. It would be the things that you're looking for.
proficiency and strength.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right. So 1d20 plus 9. 9, 14.
That is a 14.
Still
Let's
not
see how
bad, actually.
intimidated they are. Oh, they're so intimidated. These guys are cowards, actually. That you smell the like kind of smell of piss pants as they turn and run, and a fireball like erupts out of the tree that's around them. One of them gets singed on the way out. Like they just book it. Your encounter is overcome. Very good.
Nice.
All right. The night will come to an end. You will, of course, have the benefits of a night's rest. Although I don't think you actually saw any combat that day. So that's a win. After the end of the night, you will make the long trek back to kind of your starting town of the hunt. And the kind of Captain Jafar waiting there in a tavern for your arrival. You negotiate with him to take you to Thornrest for a day, and he agrees, saying, "Yeah, we can make that happen. Won't add too much to the journey." And he will have you packed up and sailed over there. Is there an encounter on the way? There is not. You get no encounters on the ocean coast as the boat sails along How long of a journey is it? Is the question that I have. We are going from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is about a single day spent on the ocean. You see the coast on your right as you travel the whole way. As you approach Thornrest, like kind of in the evening, there is like smoke rising up from it. You can see like there are large bonfires lit as if to like be lookouts or watchtowers, burning with big like flames up into the night sky, casting deep shadows in the kind of sunset light that you see out here. There's a new wall that has been put around Thornrest, and you can see the scars along the battlements of definitely fights that have taken place. You pull into the port to an accompaniment of guardsmen. They are watching very carefully all the comings and goings. You fly under the Queen of Rhymeview's banner, or the Queen Mother, not the Queen, of course. And so you are accepted more readily than like the rest. You see inspections happening across all of the ships coming through. A lot of people are greeted out away from the docks by small vessels. But you were waved through and given a fairly easy inspection. You know, rather quick, more of a formality than anything. They talk with Captain Jafar, and they recognize, of course, Norbert, who has been here before, and helped them with a fight as much as he could, although it didn't really go as well as he had expected.
I don't think I've been here to
No, I don't think it was Norbert.
It was
the
John,
queen.
Alex, it was Milkman, Alex, was it Temir, and...
Oh, was it not Norbert? I thought it was.
Yeah,
Never mind.
no.
They don't recognize you at all. You're just a guy.
Yeah.
The way I helped them is by rescuing the what do you call it, the swordmaster from the Fae.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So, Moji's like, I want to go and see chieftains. There's 3 chiefess ladies and a chieftain.
No, two sisters and a human man.
Yes,
Yeah,
we're gonna have to
Bone
change
Crusher.
their names because that was a disaster last time. But yes, you can request an audience with them. It is a little more difficult to get this time. You're given a little bit more of a runaround. Like, they're busy and there's
like,
war planning to be done. But
beefy boy, we got pull. We got
you play your beefy boys card, and they all right. Eventually, after the sun sets into the night, you will get entrance to this kind of reception room where there's a large oaken desk set up. And you will see 3 figures, of course, the 2 orcish women that are kind of like the co-leaders of the area, and the like small human man that's sit in between them at the table. As you all enter, they look a little like surprised / annoyed that they're strangers walking into their hall, but they eventually kind of clear their throats and have the presence to say, "Welcome to Thorn's Rest. What can we do for you?"
Moji has come from Rhymeview. One of the adventurers, along with myself and others, have gone to the Feywilds, and we have understood that your plight is with the old Fey. And he's saying this in Orcish, and he's noticing that his ticks aren't really coming up as much to them. So he's like, we've come to help you understand the situation. It seems as though the boundary line for which the old contract was formed, the covenant you made many moons ago, is based on their old tree. Now that the old tree's roots have gone farther, their land, by their right, under this contract, is now deeper within, past the swamp and going further and further as long as it ages with the tree. I wanted to bring this to your notification because Moji is half orc, half man, much like many residents here. I plead with your cause, and I wanted to make sure that you are safe. And if I can help with anything, I will do just that. I do not wish to kill all of them, but some can die. I don't know. But but he's more like saying like
I don't want to kill him, but I could just say the word.
Yeah. But if you request an action of Beefy Boys and we accept that quest, we will do it for you for sure. And he lets them know this, and he sees if they have anything to say to him about this.
The man in the middle like looks to either side of him. He's like, so what did he say?
I thought he understood.
And then the two women tell him and give him a breakdown. And the one of the chieftesses says, I knew those no good Fae were expanding their borders. Who cares what the roots of their tree do, huh? The other one says, This treaty seems very poorly worded. No reason for us to give up our land. I think that, well, if it's the tree that they're worried about, I have a mission for you indeed. Whosoever can tear out the roots of this tree that impede upon what should be our land, Thornrest will reward them heartily. We have treasures from a war past. I will make sure they are given to them.
Okay. Moji will relay this back to Rhymeview and let all adventurers know. We will try our best to make sure this happens without as much bloodshed. Maybe we can do this magically. Maybe it's going to have me cutting down a tree. Who knows? But Moji thanks you. And then before Moji gets out, he looks at his party real quick and he'll like look back at them. He says, Moji has been having a problem. Ticks of some kind. I speak as if other people, and I've noticed when I tap into my orcish heritage, I can control them better. Is there a way I can train to understand something I read about called orcish fury? And if I can do this here, I will try to do that.
Yes, you must experience Beige.
Okay, let's do it.
She says, you must seek out something that is suffering and use your fury to overcome it. A right of many an orc in the great past. Just as an FYI, you are muted.
Oh, cool. That was that. I was just speaking of I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. I'm guessing I'll have to do that during an adventure or something. Okay, cool. I've been doing that a lot. Not today, but any other mission I've been
Not today at all, no.
All right, and then I'll look to my party. I'm like, sorry, you guys have anything else you need to say to them? Anything else at all?
Well, Gron, I do have a question. The group that unsuccessfully assaulted this fort of the Fae in your swamp, which
yes.
I take it the swamp belongs to Thornrest, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Up to the edge of the tree line.
Yeah, they mentioned meeting in that swamp a very strange creature, a hangman or an executioner. Did not seem human, was otherworldly, and he was next to a big gruesome tree. Do you know anything about that?
No. If you see him, send him to us. We can use some gruesome men to help in the fight.
Okay. So I take it you guys don't go into your swamp very often then?
We go into it is our swamp. We farm there. Where do you think the rice from Thornrest comes from, huh?
All right. No, I was just wondering.
Insulting us in our own chamber. For shame, little one. He's lucky I am the artist formerly known as Bone Sucker, because I might be having to suck some marrow from the bones.
Good old Bone Sucker.
Yes, but now, thanks to the disaster that name has caused, I am named something else. We just haven't thought of it yet.
Brunhilde.
I am now Brunhilde.
Named by emoji.
Moji just translated the orcish name into human, and it was just Bone the Brunhilde.
That sounds exactly what it is.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, that sounds good. With that, I'm down to leave. I'm down to leave. You guys are. I just wanted to let them know about that. Maybe we could figure something out. Yeah.
You want to go look for that executioner, or do you want to just go home?
If you guys want to,
go home.
You want to go home?
Yeah, he's had enough of this these crazy people in these crazy lands.
What about you, Gron? You done?
No, I'd be down to visit the executioner. I don't think he's that far from Thornrest, honestly. That's why Grond was so surprised that they hadn't heard of him at all yet. But it only confirms to him that this must be something otherworldly, and maybe it doesn't appear to everyone walking at that location, you know?
If you want to go, we can go, but if Brock doesn't want to, we can go.
Yeah, I'm neutral on it.
It sounds like if they haven't heard of it, it probably doesn't appear very often, so it might take quite a while to actually.
That is true too.
Find.
Yeah. What about you, Norbert?
I would be down to explore more, but if even one of us wants to go home, let's go home.
Yeah. Okay. I'm down. All right, Brox, you win. Moji sighs like I wanted to go and find the guy. Okay, we go home.
Can we stock up a little bit on rations and then go?
We're good. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 4 days left.
Yeah.
You have 4 days left. Let's double check our distance here just to be safe. From Thornrest, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 hexes, so just short of 4 days.
Might want to buy like an extra day in case we get slowed down.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll buy 1 more days of rations for all of us. Myself. How much would that be?
That would be
4 gold.
That'd be
4
4
gold?
gold.
Yeah,
One day would be 4 gold.
Cool. And
all right. So you stock up on some rations to make your way back over the ocean. Let's go through our travel rolls. Yes. As the boat sets sail, you follow Captain Jafar's orders as you make your way across the ocean once more. Let's go to our scout, Grand. It is once again your task to make sure the party doesn't get lost, stuck, or broken down on the journey. If you would, please describe your efforts for making sure that you avoid those problems for the party.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to be boring or anything, but yeah, don't change a winning strategy, you know?
Okay.
Well, he will, keep looking with the help of his owl, keep looking at the natural patterns, the winds, the ocean currents. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Go ahead and roll me a nature intelligence check. And we'll go DC 14 again. You'll have advantage for sailing. That is a success. Go ahead and mark inspiration. For your successful scouting, your party will not get lost, stuck, broken down, or otherwise sidetracked from their journey. Excellent. Grand, for the first day of travel, roll me a d6 for the party's potential encounters. That is indeed an encounter. What do you find in the ocean?
You'll hear Moji singing sea shanties on the side. Yo ho, and a bottle of rum. Dun dun dun. He's getting stuck in his
It's a pirate's life for Moji.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Exactly.
You get worried for a moment. Who's our lookout? Brox. On the first day of the journey, you get worried for a moment as you see a flash of gold in the water. And you're like, not again! But as you look closer, you see, in fact, a school of fish that are brightly striped, not with, they're not striped, they're brightly scaled with gold. This isn't a single stripe on blue. This is a gold fish in a school swimming nearby the boat. A quick check of your knowledge of nature as a druid and furbolg, you would know that there are tales of rare golden fish. They are inedible, but they are quite prized for their scales and their oils upon the markets back in human lands. And you have just happened across a school of them. What do you
Get the fishing nets out.
Yeah, Rox will definitely point them out to everyone. It's like, look at all the shiny fishies. Yeah.
Moji doesn't
I don't really think. Yeah, I don't really think he wants to do too much about it, but he will let the rest of the group know.
Okay. All right. You let the rest of the group know.
You let us know about the value, or do you just?
Yeah, a fish, like a whole fish, that you catch on the market is gonna sell for about 10 gold.
Can I throw my net in and grab a bunch, maybe, or no?
Okay, yeah, you did purchase a net back in the beginning of the game here. Go ahead, let's have you make some kind of fishing check here. You're throwing a net in and then like pulling it back in. What do you think is the best way to adjudicate that? Like, what skill are you using to wrap these fish up?
And Grond will be assisting you, right? I mean, he did say throw in the net.
Sure. I don't know. Let's see. Strength or nature or I'd say something along the lines of strength, nature, or animal handling. Those are the only.
Okay. Why don't we go with strength here? Because it sounds like you're using a net. Doesn't sound like nature or necessarily animal handling. Go ahead and you throw your net in. You're going to try to just yank up as many of them as you can. Go ahead and give me a strength athletics check.
Okay.
21. Beautiful. You are going to be able to get 2d8 fish for a 21. Go ahead and roll me 2d8.
13.
You find 13 golden fish in your net. Norbert, you said you wanted to magic missile into the water?
Yeah, into the fish.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely a possibility. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check with your spellcasting modifier or your spellcasting attribute as the attribute.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll Arcana, so it's gonna be a +4 to that. So 15.
Okay, you are only going to be able to get 1d6 fish with an 11.
6.
But you find 6 golden fish.
By the way, he said he had 15 because he has +4. Right? Did I understand that correctly?
Yeah. That was
if you would like, you may roll a d8, or you may keep the 6.
Keep the 6.
Keep the 6, yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Grond, are you going to try to grab any golden fish?
Yeah, I can try it with my wand of magic missiles, so I'll do the same.
Sure, that sounds like the same thing to me. He's 17. You may take d8 fish. That's an 8. Yeah. All right. So in total, you have 27 golden fish. This is a decent haul back at town. That comes together for 27 times 10, 270 gold pieces.
Hey, making money.
Absolutely. All right, that is your first day at sea. Next, I would like to hear from from Norbert, who is our guide. It is your job to make sure that the journey is not exhausting or tiring or overly draining for the party. Please describe to me how you stave off the labors of the journey for you and your party.
Yeah, so I think because he was doing so good with massages going forward, I think Jafar has a table ready specifically for him in the middle of the upper deck of the ship, and there's essentially a queue of adventurers just waiting to get a good rubbing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's make that same check as we did last time. I believe it was medicine plus your spellcasting modifier, which is a 19. That is beautiful. That is a success. No one will be drained, exhausted, otherwise on the journey, and everyone's feeling good. They row the boat hard just like they did before. For this day of your journey, go ahead and roll me a d6 for encounters. It's a 2. That is also an encounter. Let's see what we can find here.
In the background of Norbert doing this, you'll hear Moji singing, "You ain't never had a friend like me. Can your friends do this?" And he's like, he's helping out the massages with song in the background. And
you ain't never had a friend, never had a friend. You ain't never had a
Instead
friend
of just generic
like
music, you just hear Moji.
All right. You roll sirens. Brox, you are our lookout. There is sirens in the waters, actually on a nearby island. As you sail past a small island, you are keeping a sharp lookout. We think. We'll find out how sharp your lookout is, actually, in a little bit. We kind of are doing this slightly out of order, but that's fine. And you spot the shapes of blue-skinned, like sylvan or elf-like creatures on the rocks. And as you are nearing, you can see them begin to lift their voices in song. What do you do?
I don't know if Brox has ever seen a siren before, or if he knows what they are. But they are definitely odd. It's not something you would see every day. So he will definitely point them out to the group. And he probably just asks, "What are those? Should we do something about them?"
Moji immediately takes out his crossbow and shoots one as if he can. Like, he's like, they are the most annoying things I've ever encountered. Worse than the stupid trees. You know, just.
Sorry, Robert is putting in his
pull out his earplugs.
Same.
All right, you pull out your earplugs and plug them in. Emoji, you're going to shoot the siren as best as you can. Go ahead and give me a roll to hit with your crossbow.
If they're really far, it's at disadvantage. So how far are they?
Since you don't hear their song right now, let's have you do it at disadvantage.
Shoot, yeah, I'm gonna do a sniper's like aim a little bit, aim the crossbow a little bit up. All right, and we're gonna do. We're going back to the COD days, boys.
Yeah. Oh, you fire wide. As the boat continues, it like the song begins to sing and it hits your ears. I'm gonna need Brox and Moji to make me some DC 15 wisdom saving throws. Oh.
This doesn't seem good. Brox is going to use his inspiration on this one.
Okay.
Oh,
Brox, you feel your mind pulled towards these creatures. Like, you just need to go to them, but you shake your head and, like, clear your mind as you see Moji, like, jump into the water and start making his way towards the sirens. Grand and Norbert, you see Moji just like instantly jump into the water, like going after these sirens. What do you do?
So the one that's singing, is there one or is there multiple of them?
There are one sirens.
There are one sirens. I will straight away magic missile her, trying to break her concentration on the song.
Okay, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me some damage on that magic missile.
And then the firebolt
11. And the
26
firebolt
hits,
hits
right?
for sure. For
Another
6
6.
more. Beautiful. All right, you strike her. She continues the song, but as she has taken damage, Moji will get a chance to save at the end of his turn. Grand, Brox, you doing anything?
Yeah, I launch a fireball at it.
All right. What's your
Okay.
range on Fireball? Like 150
It's longer
feet?
than magic missile. It's 150.
Beautiful.
And magic missile is 120, I believe.
Okay, perfect. Go for it.
Did that work? No.
I'm not seeing it. Nope.
There we go.
Oh, that's 37 damage. Oh my goodness. It explodes. I guess they're going to get a save. They roll a 4 on the die. That's not going to be a save. They'll take the whole... You just see this fireball erupt around them for 48, 54. Gee, for a siren that is on death's door. Okay.
How many 6s did
Oh,
you
boy.
roll there? Jesus.
This is a good fireball.
Well,
4 6s and 1 5. It's pretty good, yeah.
Brooks, you got anything going on?
he doesn't really have anything greater than 30 feet of range to do damage, so he's just
Nope.
calling for Moji. Moji, where are you going? Come
Yeah,
back.
throw a rope after him or something. Maybe a grappling
Moji,
hook?
you're in the water, but the sirens are been taking damage. Go ahead and make me another wisdom save against this song.
My best stat.
Oh, despite that, you just see Moji continue to swim all the way to the island, getting closer and closer to this siren.
And I'm pretty fast too. I got the 8
80,
move,
80
8
movement
movement.
Yes, you're at the island. Like, you just make it. You're there, like, getting real close to this siren. The siren needs to make a decision. What is it gonna do? The siren is going to go over and take a big old chomp out of Emoji, is what the siren is going to do. Siren needs some hit points back, baby. Yeah, you see the siren kind of flap its wings a little bit that are singed and burned and broken, and it, like, glides its way over the last few feet to Moji, and it goes... takes a big old bite out of him. Moji, please take from me.
Oh, she doesn't have to roll.
No, because you're charmed.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep. Please take from me 16 points of piercing damage. As the spell kind of lifts from your eyes, you see this fanged creature, like dripping with your own blood. And she seems to be like healing wounds in front of your eyes as she drinks deeply from the bite. Guys on the ship, what do you guys do as you see this?
More magic missiles.
Magic missile.
I
Yeah.
Sacred Flame into Firebolt.
All right, go ahead and give me those rolls, baby. The firebolt is gonna miss. The sacred flame will do the job. She takes 15 of that 16 healing back. Go ahead and give me your magic missiles, Grand.
I will use a second level spell, so 4 missiles.
Okay. For 7, 12, 16. That is going to do it. Moji, you look on in horror as she's like drinking your blood, and then like sacred flame erupts under her. She like scrambles back, and then missiles just go boom, 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 and this like dead siren falls into the waters on the side of this island. And you look up as you see the ship like sailing by you, as your companions are standing on the bridge, like smoking fingers pointed at the siren.
One's like, "Thank you." He'll pick up the siren and he'll bring it back so he can sell it to the Arcadian Council again.
All right. You have like an 80-foot speed, right? So
Yeah.
I guess you can hoof it really hard back to the ship as you swim, and then like ropes get thrown over the side. You crawl back on, and you're good to go.
Yay, we did it.
Very good. All right. That day will pass uneventfully the rest of the way. That will leave us with Brox, the lookout, who maybe I should have done first in this particular order, but you know what? This is fine. Your job is to keep a sharp eye out and make sure your party isn't surprised or, overcome by any foul creatures or nasties out in the mist. Would you go ahead and describe your efforts to keep a sharp lookout for the party?
Yeah, so we are in like some fairly choppy waters, some stormy seas. Maybe Brox is starting to feel it a bit, so he's keeping a close eye on the waters very close to the boat while he leans over the side of the boat.
As he leans over the side of the boat.
He's leaning over the side of the boat, doing what you would think he would be doing, and keeping an eye out on those close waters.
Yeah. I like it. All right, go ahead and give me a perception wisdom check. It will be an advantage, despite your seasickness.
His eyes still work.
Yeah, your eyes still work, and you are sailing. That's a 20. That's a success. You can go ahead and mark inspiration for your success. Go ahead and roll me a d6 for the encounters these days. A 6 is a no encounter. That is a pass. Your day goes by uneventfully. You find yourself just a few hours away from Rhymeview by the time the third day passes. On the fourth day, you make your way into the Three Sisters Isle area, the small islands just off the coast of Rhymeview. It is fairly uneventful, and you arrive in Rhymeview at about midday, so to speak, maybe a little bit before after your journey. All right. Well, with that, we have a successful mission. You have gone out into the mist, adventured, and returned. Congratulations.
You still need to speak with the queen, right?
Oh, do you have anything that other than telling her what you learned to say?
I mean, honestly, I want to see her reaction.
I mean, what you would expect: surprise, anger, confusion.
Okay. So she didn't know at all about the prince, I guess. Then contacting. What's this king's name again? Anduin, you said?
The former king or the current
Cragmourne
king?
The Cragmourne king. You said his name was
Arwen. Arwen. ARAWN. Arwen.
Arwen. Okay, so apparently the prince contacted Arwen about the fate of the battle with Rustport, the Battle of Timberhaunt. No, what was it?
So you tell her about that too? Yeah, no, she's surprised by that, kind of mad.
And then apparently, I mean, this might have obviously been a lie just to manipulate the prince. The king was destined to lose. But the way to fix that destiny was to kill him and take his crown and somehow win the battle at the same time. So, and also, he would have probably done this or tried to at least before they went to the queen. This picture. Is there a way to identify how this divination magic works? But without going to the Arcanium Council, and because this is highly sensitive
material. You can cast the magic identify.
The only way, buddy.
Yeah, I don't have that spell.
And you never will.
You can find a scroll of identify.
Yeah.
That's the real way.
You could get rep with your Arcanium.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was trying to not. I mean, I have rep with Arcanium. I'm at 55, but I was trying not to like get them involved, like, because if they see
I'd say your best option is to buy a scroll of identify from them at some point, and then do it yourself later.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Well, I have some experience points and treasure to add up for you guys. Let me have a moment to do that. And while I do, I'm going to turn it over to y'all so you can have some shout outs, tell people where they can find you on the internet or wherever else. Let's go in reverse camera order since I always go in camera order. Let's start with Horo down at the bottom. Why don't you give yourself a shout out? Let people know where they can find you and whatnot.
I'm gonna keep it nice and simple this time. Name's Horo, play Norbert. You can find me on Discord at any time. If you guys ever want to hang out or just, do something together, feel free to give me a shout out either on Discord or, I don't know, in my DMs. Outside of that, fun session as always. Thank you very much for playing with us, Greg. I had a blast. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Let's go to Vessel. Why don't you give yourself a shout out, man?
Hello, guys. I am Vessel43, playing as Moji, and I had another great session. This was fun. This is actually for those of you guys that don't know, this is actually my very first D&D 5e character and my second character total. Only had 3 D&D characters in my life, and all of them within the last year or so. And I have been having a blast. This has been one of the funnest things I've ever done. So you'll see me on here, usually every month or so. Might be a little bit later, especially other side news. I just got a new job, so I'm starting not this week, but the next week. So I'm gonna figure out how that's working and try to figure out how to schedule that. But got questions, want to talk to me, all that other stuff. I'm around, and feel free to contact me. I'm always down to talk and have fun and being a nerd online. I'm a big fan of numbers and stupid stuff. So yeah, another thank you to Greg. Thank you to my party, Bron, Oro, Stan. It was great playing with you guys. Never got to play with Stan before, so that was cool. Did great. And yeah, just anybody wants to play, just jump on, man. It's not that hard. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you guys. All right, but that's it for me.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Let's send it to Discord spot.
Yeah, I just want to thank the party and obviously, of course, Greg for doing this excellent campaign and also specifically this session. Thank you very much again. And yeah, thank you to the party, Oro, Vessel, and Cyan. Sorry. Yes, thank you very much.
All right. Last but not least, Cyan. Why don't you give yourself a shout out? Where can people find you?
Hello, guys. I am Cyan, not Cyan or whatever else people call me.
Sorry,
but,
in German
it's Cyan. You can feel free to call me whatever you want. I do not mind. Yeah, I'm on Discord if you need a chat. Always happy to. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you all for playing. I am ready to hand some stuff out. So I would like the 4 of you to take home 2,600 experience points each. 2,600. I would like for each of you to take home 267 gold pieces each. 267. You will also be rewarded with 10 reputation to the city of Rhineview, meaning you may choose to place this 10 reputation toward any of the major factions that you would like that exist in Rhineview.
But only one of them,
But
right?
only one. In addition to that 10, you will have plus a 5 reputation with Cragmourne. There are also 2 Thunder Serpent glands. These can be master crafted into a potion of improved lightning breath. Is there anyone that would like to lay claim to these?
Moji.
I think they're emojis. I think he earned them.
If anybody else wants,
I have a
I
question. Since you said these are made into potions of electric city breath, could Gron, since he's a potion maker and like this is literally what he does, could I make them for Moji somehow?
Potentially. You would need to have a recipe probably. I don't think that you have like master crafted potions like at the ready. But if you got a recipe or if you were able to like roll very highly, you probably could.
Okay. And how would I get that recipe? Like through adventuring or
Through adventuring or like from a pricey merchant like purchase.
Okay. Well, he will tell Moji if you find a recipe for them, I will make them for you.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
For Moji, I'm not going to put a claim on it, but I would suggest donating it to one of the guilds, possibly get some rep. But it's up to you.
I'll donate one.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and keep one Thunder Serpent gland. Where would you like to donate
wait a
the
second.
other?
Maybe we get something else that we could donate instead, and then keep. Can we see what else we get?
That
Sure,
is
let's see what
the end of the loot, I believe. Am I missing loot?
Nope.
We didn't do anything. We didn't kill. We could have
Yeah.
fought the guys, but that was like probably our other chance for loot. The other.
And the
warriors and
siren.
fighters.
The siren.
The siren's going to the Arcadium Council. I'm pretty
That
sure.
would is. Yeah.
And that's gonna be for like
Okay.
gold or maybe a small bit of rep, but not really.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm fine with whatever. It's
Okay.
as you wish.
All right. So you're gonna give the other one to the Arcanium Council.
Do you guys want to do the Arcadium Council or what?
I personally am capped. I would prefer cold iron, but if you guys are going for Arcadium,
I'll give one to the.
I'm fine with cold iron too.
One to cold iron then.
All right. Go ahead and take an additional 5 reputation each to the Cold Iron Company.
All right.
All right.
And then another 5 for the siren for Arcanium, or what was that? I don't.
Well, last time I only got 2, so I'll see what.
Well,
Greg says.
you get 10 reputation to any of the major factions you choose, 5 to Cragmourne, and now 5 to the Cold Iron Company.
Yeah. So the siren is just probably going to be gold. I'm guessing.
Yeah, your treasure was all added
Yeah, I
up.
figured.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Excellent. With that, the session has come to an end. Thank you so much for playing with me. I hope you guys had a good time. Twitch chat, we'll see you again this Sunday, hopefully at 7 p.m. Pacific for session 1 of the new Fellowship of Souls campaign. I'm pretty excited for that after our session 0. It was really fun. And then we'll have some more myths next week. I don't remember the next day. I believe it is Friday, the 17th. So hopefully we'll see you there. If not, have a great rest of your day, night, week, whatever it is till I see you again. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
See ya.